Hi everyone, Becky here. Yeah, for those of you who aren't following along, I'm thinking about doing the HSK 7 through 9 exam. And yeah, so I've been going through materials that are online, and there aren't much. There isn't much, I should say. um, yeah, there isn't much online. So that is an issue. It really inhibits your ability to prepare for the exam. So, what do I know? What do I don't know? What do I not know? Wow, my English grammar is. All right. So I went through. There's this one on YouTube, which was a version that they gave to students before the first ever HSK 7 through 9 exam was put out. It doesn't exactly follow the current version, and then there's a second version. There's like a sample. They're both samples and they're both incomplete. But it gives you a ballpark idea of what's going on. All right. Now, what am I saying? Oh, right. So, okay. So the most important points are the speed. So they speak between 230 to 300 characters per minute. And generally I find 300 characters per minute is what you can get in CCTV news, and it's what you get with YouTube or Doubao if you push the play aloud button, these AIs, right? All right. So I will need to improve my listening to a point where I can listen to these things at, well, like the stretch goal would be 300 characters per minute. I don't know if that's possible. My reading speed, if I'm not reading aloud, I can get maybe 200 characters per minute. So it's faster than my reading speed. Yeah, so this is going to be quite a challenge. All right. The other thing that seems very, very obvious to me after doing all this is that there are aspects of my knowledge that are lacking, which it's because I didn't go through the Chinese education system. So, all right, so I've got 5 things I feel like I need to know more about before I actually take HSK 7 through 9 exam. It's not like I should memorize more words or anything like that anymore. That's not the problem. I recognize almost all, if not all, maybe most of the time. I just recognize all the words without any real problem there. I know what they mean. I know what they mean in context, blah, 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 most of the time. The problem is, like, the words. The problem is that you need more than this. You need more than just words and sentences and things and being able to interpret the language. You need knowledge. And there are 5 things. I need knowledge of, number 1, notable Chinese people. Particularly from Chinese history, notable Chinese people. So throughout this exam and all the examples, they're quoting famous people from Chinese history, especially like Zhuge Liang and Confucius and like maybe several hundred other people. I'm going to have to learn about them. Like, otherwise, when they get quoted, I will not understand anything. Next is the quotes. So I need to not just know these people and whatnot, but I need to know quotes, famous quotes from, especially from Chinese history, but I'll also need to learn quotes outside of China as well. So for those of you who don't know, yeah, I've been studying things like this. So it shows my green screen if I put this on, but things like this, 议论文入门. So on the exam, there is a writing essay, 600 characters, and you are doing an 论证. You have your point of view and you've got to support it. You've got to prove your point of view. How do you do that? Well, first you go to books like these and study how do you do this. Okay, so yeah, you're meant to have 论点、论据、论证. Yeah, 论点 are the kind of contentions or points of view you want to get across. Lunju is your evidence, and lunjong is the argumentation to go from the evidence to your point of view. And they're all very important. So if we go in there and we look at lunju, the evidence. So you're taking this exam in an exam environment, exam conditions, blah, blah, blah. You can't Google stuff. You can't like go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics and go, oh, right, yeah. You can't cite academic literature and so on. It doesn't work like that. So then you have the question is how do I bring evidence to the table when I'm disconnected from the internet? And boom, this is where quotes come in. So yeah, you can even see it here actually. You need quotes. The quotes are relevant here for the writing. They're relevant here for the oral, well, everywhere throughout really. But they're also relevant for the oral section at the end. This one? Yeah. So, okay, Fan Zhongyan. There's a famous quote by Fan Zhongyan, which I did not know this quote until I encountered it here on the exam. So, 先天下之忧而忧，后天下之乐而乐. And yeah, so this is from Fan Zhongyan's inscription on a tower. Did they put it? Not a, yeah, it's a tower here. This one, 岳阳楼记. It's from this. This is, it's not a book. It is like literally on Yueyang Tower. Like, you can go to Yueyang Tower and it's there on the wall. Yeah, so if I'm ever going to have a chance of understanding this, I'm going to have to know who Fan Zhongyan is. I'm going to have to know the situation in Bei Song, the Bei Song dynasty, and I'm going to have to know this quote. So apparently it's a very famous quote. It emphasizes politicians should put themselves like second and the populace first, kind of thing. Yeah. So to actually interpret this properly, you really do need to know the background to the Bei Song, how the Bei Song dynasty came about, and like what the situation was. And I cannot do this without actually studying and learning these things. Right. So quotes is one thing, and you probably already know what the next thing is going to be: history. History. Yeah, I'm going to have to learn history, dynasties, things like this, because it's very hard to understand things like this unless you know what happened in the Song dynasty. Yeah, I've since then read a bit about the Song dynasty. Very prosperous society, emphasizing education over the military. And generally, yeah, so because of downplaying the military, because it came from the Five Dynasties period, Five Kingdoms period, maybe Five Kingdoms period. So that ended shortly after this. We have Fan Zhongyan. So there's a greater emphasis on academia, less emphasis on it's where the imperial exam came about, and so there was less emphasis on who you know and more emphasis on your knowledge. Fan Zhongyan is considered a role model for studying because he studied despite suffering hardships such as one of his parents died at a very early age. I forget which one, but I'll have to learn that. And despite suffering hardships, he continued studying. Sang Fu. So his father died at an early age. It says right there. Right, so I need to know notable Chinese people from like history. quotes, quotes not just Chinese but beyond that, history, also geography, and also what's the other one? Oh, culture, geography, culture. So yeah, I went to the library, history, geography. I, I have this kind of half yay technology, half yay low technology kind of thing. I really like doing things like getting ChatGPT to recommend me library books or something like this. It's such a weird mix. It's like I will physically go to the library and get the books, but I get ChatGPT to search the library for me. So it's kind of this weird mix of like both uh, like high technology, low technology, right? Yeah. All right. 5 things I need to do. I need to learn before I really will have a decent shot at this. So you can see this. This is for the oral section. So in the oral section, this is an audio transcript, right? So they say this aloud once. That's it. They say it. The speed was 228 characters per minute. Gone. All right, and now you need to interpret this quote. Give your opinion on that quote. And most likely you will want to use some sort of anecdotal evidence or something to support your opinion or how it influences your life. Yes. Yeah, 结合听到的内容. So you need to summarize this and then do this and then interpret this quote. And there is no way I'm going to be able to do that unless I already know who this is, I already know the background story, and I already know the quote and what the implications are. So this is not... it feels less and less like a language exam and feels more like a Chinese knowledge exam. I feel almost pioneering in taking this exam because there's no real study materials and I'm having to figure out what to actually do. With the HSK6, I'm taking past exam papers and mock exam papers and practice questions and so on. Here, I've got some, but they're not fantastic. And what I'm getting wrong is not because I don't know a word, it's because I need to become familiar with topics. And yeah, let's begin. Let's begin doing that in this video. So here is a book I borrowed from the library, 中华上下5000年, the last 5,000 years of China. Chinese 中华 would be China in the sense of the people. Yeah. Well, so yeah, I've already read the first chapter. So the first chapter talks about KTM PD, which begins with mythology, right? So yeah, so before the written record, there's a lot of kind of mythology. Yeah, if you go back a long way, there's mythology, anthropology, religion. I don't know, maybe religious beliefs, I guess, relating to what happened before the written record. This one tells the story of Pangu. Pangu, noted for ATM PD. So P, this is KP to P. There's 2 P's. You need to be a little careful here. This is KP, the kind of, I don't know, pioneer or something. But there's another P, which was, I remember it used here somewhere as well. There's a second P, meaning to split. Here it is. So 开天辟地, and this P here, to split. So prior to Pangu, splitting the heaven and the earth, yeah, this splitting is this one. ATM-PD is this one. I do not know why it's different, but it really makes it very confusing when you're studying characters, because it feels like it should be this this one, right? Anyway, so this is mythology. It's not really believed now, but it's sort of just part of the story, and yeah. All right. So Pangul, ATM-PD. You need to know the story, but yeah, I'm not sure how important it's going to be. Yeah, so some of the other details, like, so after splitting heaven and the earth, he kind of died and became, or different parts of his body became the sun, the moon, the stars, Goshan, mountains, rivers, and grass, etc. So different parts of his body became different things, different entities. All right, yeah. 神话毕竟只是神话. Yeah, it's just mythology, but okay. So when we get away from mythology, we get into kind of anthropology and archaeology. So we have this kind of we're digging up fossils and artifacts. And so, yeah, we have these yuanren or jiliren. So this is kind of Homo erectus. Homo erectus. So, all right, assuming my understanding is correct, the kind of out of Africa theory is the current one that is considered correct. So out of Africa means that so Homo erectus evolved. There's multiple stages, and in Africa evolved into humans, and humans appeared in Africa, and then migrated. Now, where it gets a little confusing is here. So if we go to, so for example, Beijing Yuanren. So this is Homo erectus, and a Homo erectus fossil found near Beijing, and this predates out of Africa, right? And not by a little as well. So what happened? So what's going on here? It's a little tricky, and I think a lot of people get confused, and I must admit I got confused. It took me quite a while to get unconfused about this. So this is evolution.berkeley.edu. So what happened? So back here is Homo erectus. So we're in Africa. We haven't invented things like clothes yet, but we have kind of some tools in the sense of like hand axes and so on. So Homo erectus exists. This is several 100,000 years. These Homo erectuses, erecti. Okay, some of them migrated to Asia, some of them stayed in Africa, right? So what happened? The ones that migrated to Asia left fossils like this, right? So the ones that migrated to Asia like this, they didn't evolve into humans. They actually, these are ape-like ancestors. These are not considered human, and they went extinct and did not evolve into humans. Right. So that's what this is, this blue part here, right? Homo erectus. Yeah, so there's Asian Homo erectus and African Homo erectus. African Homo erectus stayed around in Africa and then evolved into in-between things that I don't know much about. Yeah, we have Neanderthals over here, which are kind of split off. We have speciation. Neanderthals are like our distant cousins, but these didn't become humans as well. These also died out. and then this speciation, we evolved into humans. We're still in Africa. Still in Africa here, we have humans, and then humans do things like invent clothes, and then migrate to Asia. So we've got this group migrating to Asia and this group migrating to Asia from Africa, right? Now, yeah, so it can be a little confusing when you go to a museum and you see these fossils and it's like near Beijing that predate the out of Africa theory. But yeah, the catch is, yeah, yeah, these didn't evolve into humans, right? The ones from Africa did. Right. So that's the first thing that really takes a bit of knowledge. It's like, oh, now I understand what's going on. Yeah. So this is taught in history books, and it's sometimes hard to pinpoint because here it's talking about like the history of China, like the book's about the history of China, and it talks about these yuanren, but so this is a the yuanren in China that did not evolve into humans, did not evolve into Chinese people, right? They migrated from there. The ones in Africa evolved into humans, into Chinese people, right? So it's a little bit confusing, right? Anyway, all right. So we've got them. They migrated to Asia 70,000 years ago. These things are estimates are very hard to get accurate, right? So it's like plus or minus 20,000 years or something. Yeah. So they've migrated. So humans, which evolved from Homo erectus with a few intermediate steps along the way, migrated to Asia and then became better at use with tools. And the Homo erectus that were in Asia, so they actually lasted longer than the ones in Africa. The ones in Asia lasted an extra few 100,000 years, maybe. But when humans came along, yeah, in conjunction with other aspects of like climate and whatnot, yeah, they weren't able to survive and they were wiped out. And those humans took over somewhat and yeah, evolved into, human, or not, perhaps not evolve. What's the correct word? Like these are human ancestors. They were human. All right. All right. So yeah, so these fossils you see in China, and in Asia, like Indonesia as well, and whatever. Yeah, so they're not human ancestors. They didn't evolve into humans. So this is the confusion. So they are human erectus, but the human erectus in Africa evolved into humans, and the human erectus in Asia didn't, is the catch. All right. I think we got that under control now, right? Yeah. So I think I understand that, at least the important parts, because it really is a weird thing to have this kind of out of Africa theory being the consensus among scientists, etc., and then hear about fossils in China and in Asia that predate the out of Africa theory, and not by a little as well. Yeah, so um, so that's the explanation, right? Because some Homo erectus migrated to Asia, but it's the ones in Africa that evolved into humans. And those humans migrated Did I say Africa before? They migrated from Africa. So some the Homo erectus in Africa evolved into humans, and those humans migrated to China and founded Chinese civilization. Right. Now, that's where I'm up to, where I was just doing my reading without making a video yesterday. So this is the sort of stuff I'm going to need to know because it really could come up on the exam. There's no real reason why this would not come up on the exam. Yeah, this is a topic that's quite, I don't know, it's a popular topic conversation. So I'm going to have to learn this sort of stuff. All right, now I'm going to continue. This is where I'm up to from yesterday. I think this is how I'm going to study in the future. I'm not going to study words and things like this. I need to go topic by topic, improve my knowledge of the topic, like with anthropology here, and then increase my fluency to the point where I'm capable of listening to that described in Chinese at 300 characters per second, per minute. Oh, 300 characters per second be like 300 characters per minute. All right, so let's read up until the Xia dynasty, when towards the start of Chinese civilization, and let's see what we get. 钻木取火的传说. So 传说 is legend, right? So I shouldn't be taking this too seriously. But yeah. So even up to and including the Xia dynasty, right? It's still semi-mythological. Like, do you know Tang Jie? Those are the characters. But whoops, I don't want the shufa, I want the person. Is this Wikipedia? Oh, it's a different version of Wikipedia. Oh, I just want the person. Yeah. Yeah, so Tang Jie, as you can see, has 4 eyes. So, yeah. So if you go back a long way in history, it becomes like either entirely or semi-mythological. Yeah, so you need to mix together this kind of scientific evidence from fossils and so on with this kind of mythological record, this oral tradition passed on through oral tradition, and assume everything is kind of, I don't know, half true and half embellished, right? So yeah, when you go back to at this level, it's 中国神话. Oh, okay, so Wikipedia doesn't even consider this a real person, right? I'm not sure. It's like, it's one of these things, it's like, we don't know, maybe. Very likely there's not a person with 4 eyes. Anyway, you get the idea. Hard to separate mythology from history if you go back before the written record. 原始人群到氏族公社初期人类生活是怎样进化的？进化 is evolved, but not necessarily in the sense of Darwin's theory of evolution. 我们古代也有许多传说，传说中有一些大人物，这些人往往既是首领，又是一个发明家。这种传说，多半是古人根据远古时代的原始人生活想象的，原始人生活生活想象出来的。All right. So these are 传说. I don't know. It's very hard to say whether or not something is true, but the point is to kind of get the ideas. Some of the traditions and mythology is interesting. 原始人的工具十分简单，周围又有许多猛兽。Yeah, so we had clothes, we had stone tools, we had wooden tools and so on. But we're dealing with like animals that are going to eat us. 随时随地会遭到它们的伤害。后来他们看到鸟儿在树上做窝，野兽爬不上去，不能伤害它们。原始人就学着鸟儿的样，在树上做起窝来，也就是在树上造一座小屋，这样就安全的多了。后来的人把这叫做构树围巢。构树围巢。So again, may or may not be true, but so these ancestors are kind of looking at the birds going, oh, the animals can't get to them. We should go live up in the trees. So apparently they built like forts up in the trees or something like this. 是谁发明的呢？当然是大家一起摸索出来的。也但是在传说中，却把这件事说成有一个人叫大家这样做的，他的名字叫做有巢氏。All right, this is my first time hearing this story actually, so let's Google it. His name is 有巢氏. All right. 有巢氏，有鸟巢的巢。氏 is the family. 有巢氏。Oh, there you go. Interesting. 有巢氏 can't read that. 什么木 Oh, is this 砖? Yeah, this is what we're looking, right? This is probably a primitive version of primitive. Makes it sound rude, right? An earlier version of the character 砖 in 砖木鸟巢, something like that. It can't be 砖, can it? I don't know. What is that character? Oh, go. This is go, not 砖. It's go. Sorry, I retract that previous sentence. Yeah. All right. Okay, so 有巢氏 is 有巢氏 teaching people how to build up so that the ferocious animals cannot eat them. 为中国上古传说人物氏族，氏族 is like a tribe, I guess. Clan, okay, clan is better. 传说中华出名穴居野处，受野兽侵害，有圣人教民构木为巢，以避野兽。从此，人民才有穴居到巢居。这位圣人因此被称为有巢氏，也成为人民的首领。这些传说实际上反映着当时人类发展的一个阶段，从原始的山洞居住发展到建造房屋的阶段，是进步的一个标志。And OK，所以商朝时期的曹国，被认为有曹氏的后裔所建立。所以曹yeah, so in early China, so there's 夏商周 the Shang dynasty comes after the Xia dynasty, this semi-mythological Xia dynasty. So this is in the Xia Shangzhou. Oh, it's a Zhou dynasty. Wait, it said Shang here. Oh no, Shang here, but Zhou here. So maybe it started in Shang and continued into Zhou. There was a minor country. So these are countries, right, or vassal states. 诸侯. Oh, 诸侯国, I should say. 诸侯国. This one. So, all right. So this is the first time I've heard of Chao Guo, but there's probably like 10 or so major ones that you need to know about during this time. And some of them, like here, 吴国 and so on, they lasted, whoa, 吴国. Yeah, this is the problem, because subsequent parts of Chinese history use the same name. So yeah, 楚国. Yeah, all right. Well, we don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole. Anyway, we learned something. We learned about your Chao Shi. And one of the vassal states of starting in the Zhou dynasty, continuing to the starting in the Shang dynasty, continuing to the Zhou dynasty, is Chao Guo, and Chao Guo was named after Yo Chao Shi. All right. So this is the stuff I need to know for the exam. It would very, very well be on the exam, this precise tale. Mm. 最早的原始人还不知道利用火，东西都是生吃的，生吃植物果，let's try again， 生吃植物果实还不算，就是打来的野兽，也是生吞活包皮包 eating raw, skin it alive, 连毛带线的吃了 so you eat it with the fur and blood, all right. 后来才发明了用火 OK 在周口店的北京人遗址上已发现用火的痕迹，说明那时候已经知道利用火。So we talked about this, right? So the ones in so yeah, 周口店 had both human and non-human ancestors, if I remember correctly. I'll have to Google this. Yeah, so here's the Wikipedia page. 周口店, not entirely. It's near Beijing, presumably. Beijing ran Egypt. So yeah, let's just read it, and if hopefully I haven't got anything wrong. 周口店地区又称为周口店镇，是中华 blah blah blah. Where is this stuff we need to know? This is like its location in China. 一套人马，两块牌子。What is this? This is all right. This is telling me about the town. I want to know about the history. 周口店境内的龙骨山是北京猿人的山和山顶洞人的发明地。No， 发现地。被列入联合国雕刻文组织世界遗产名录。All right, so I clicked on them. So this is 山顶洞人. So this is 山顶洞. This is a cave in 周口店 near Beijing. Okay, 山顶洞人指发现于中国北方的晚期巨人化石。So 晚期 here is late stage, and it's referring to late stage of evolution, right? So that means it's very similar to modern man. 巨人 is Homo sapien. So there's not much, not a massive difference between these humans and us. 因化石地点在周口店，龙骨山顶部，北京圆圆洞穴上方的山顶洞内而得名。All right, so I want to talk about the fossils though. Here, I'll keep going. 其中要化石及遗物均在blah blah blah 发现的山顶洞堆积已全部挖光，原来的洞顶已被挖掉。All right，今后也不会再有新的发现。虽然山顶洞人化石已难以寻觅，但当时对重要的化石均制作了品质精良的模型。原始模型目前保存在中国科学院古脊椎动物与古人类研究所。So presumably this is a science museum in Beijing. Is it in Beijing? Where is it? Yeah, Beijing. All right, I haven't been there, but maybe I should go there. Or maybe I have been there and just forgot. 科学院. Oh, it's not a museum, it's a university. Whoa, is that a bomb? Maybe that's a little bit advanced. So these people were people, right? Yeah, so they, like, 巨人, they were Homo erectus. So what do we need to know? Wait, this bit I just read. So, let's look at this. So, 山顶洞人头骨. So this is a human skull, and you note the upright forehead. Oh, it's a model. Oh, okay. So it's a model based on fossils. Yeah, quite often at that sort of time scale, you get like a tooth or something, and you got to figure out the rest. All right, and they're the tools. So the tool use predates humans, right? Human ancestors used to use tools as well. Non-human ancestors. So 岩矿较低. 岩矿较低? What do you reckon that means? Oh, deep. So it goes back further. Smaller brains, maybe? Do they talk about the brain? 头骨硕大. Big skull. Maybe compared to the ancestors. 黄种人. Yeah, so 黄种人. Mongoloid. I've never heard that word before. 蒙古人种. All right. So yeah, in China, you do say things like 黄种人, yellow people. Yeah, I don't know. If you grew up in a Western country, you might think, "Oh, that's really offensive." And then if you live in China and you read Chinese textbooks, you will see the term 黄种人. Maybe we will encounter it here. It literally means yellow people, 种, yellow race. It's used much the same as like black people and white people. It's yeah, black people, white people, yellow people. Generally separate like Asia, Europe, and Africa. Yeah, it's a very loose categorization, right? So these are people. What are their relationship with Yuanren? Even have a culture. 丰富多样 Really? 文化遗物 cultural relics 丰富多样，学器很少，而且制作粗糙。So stone tools, bone tools, needles, 光滑，微弯, slightly curved, with a hole at the end. Oh, we don't have a photo, do we? All right, so they've got some decently advanced tools. 脊椎骨. 发现48种哺乳动物 mammals 除少数为绝灭种洞熊。最后 what is that character? Hyena? 猎狗 I've never seen that character before. That's wild. All right. What's that one? Ostrich. Borneo. Oh, I feel like I should know that. Oh. So I'm a little confused. So these are humans, but these are non-humans. Yeah. Yeah, 举例人. This is Homo erectus, right? Homo erectus is not human. Is not Homo sapien. But it, yeah. But they were found at the same location, is that right? I'm going to ask ChatGPT. Hey, so Homo erectus and Homo sapien fossils were both found at 周口店, right? So what happened there? So you got Peking man, which is Homo erectus. So these are very old, predating out of Africa, where which is something like 70,000 years ago. And as for hold on, this one. So this is not human. This one. Yeah. So ChatGPT is telling me this is not correct. That human? Standing Doran. Yeah. But yeah, Homo erectus, not commercial. So is there like some reason they're found near so close to each other? Is there a reason this and 举例人 Beijing Yuanren were found so close to each other? Oh, okay. So this is just totally unrelated fossils. They just happen to live in the same spot because it's a good spot to live. Okay, that kind of makes sense, right? These are totally independent discoveries, just happen to be in the same spot. Okay, You can see why this is so confusing, right? Yeah. Is it the right age? What does Wikipedia say? They've got to check this. Where's the date? Yeah. Wait, what is this? Yeah, 距今约6.7万年. All right, so yeah, those figures are not too far off. And that one, yeah. So they're not even in the same timeline. All right. All right, let's go back to the book then. Yeah, this is why it's so hard learning Chinese history. So where were we? 周口店, where's 周口店? Yeah, 在周口店的北京人遗址上被发现用火的痕迹，说明那时候已经知道利用火。Right, but it is not the Beijing Ren who knew how to use Hor. It was the humans, right? The Shanding Dong Ren knew how to use fire. All right. 火的现象，自然界早就有了，火山爆发又火。Yeah, I mean, obviously it occurs in nature. You have lightning more than volcanoes. Yeah, it happens naturally. OK，打雷闪电的时候，村林里也会起火。可是原始人开始看到火不会利用，反而怕得要命。后来偶尔捡到被火烧死的野兽，拿来一尝，味道挺香。经过多少次的试验，人们渐渐学会用火烧东西吃，并且想法想法子把火种保存下来。What is 火种? I'm not sure. It's something to do with fire. Maybe it's like 火种。使它常年不灭。火种。Kindling. Oh, is it fire seeds? That's awesome. Yeah, sometimes Chinese is wacky like that. Kindling is fire seeds. I'll probably learn that the English also means fire seeds or something wacky like this as well. All right. All right. So the humans that inhabited this area had fire. All right. Where are we? 又过了相当长的时期，人们把坚硬而尖锐的木头在另一块硬木头上设置的钻。Alright, so we're using hard wood to put holes in soft wood. 钻出火星来。火星 is a spark, right? So we're starting fire. Okay. 也有的把什么？Is this flint? 敲敲打打。All right, so I'm not sure if this is flint, but let's find out. Okay, so here and I don't know. Oh, I got it. It is flint. So what did we call it in the book? Just 碎石, 碎石 here. Flint. All right. I feel like I should know that because I play Minecraft. 1 second. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I have this corpus trying to get a list of all the characters that are worth studying. Almost all Chinese characters are not worth studying, right? There's like 100,000 plus of them. I'm trying to narrow it down to like a reasonable amount that you can say it's done. I didn't find flint for this 碎石. And so what I've been doing is just making a note of the characters I see in the wild. And yeah, at some point I'll go through this list. So if you want to see, these are the ones. And I may or may not add them to the corpus. So, flint. But maybe it's worth knowing this word because you see it in Flint and Steel in the game Minecraft, right? All right. You use it for making fires. Yeah, 也有的把碎石敲敲打打，敲出火来。这就懂得了人工能够取火。从考古材料发现，山顶洞人已经懂得人工取火。是谁发明的呢？当然是劳动人民。但是传说中又说成是一个人叫做燧人氏。All right, this is news for me. Let's Google it. So we've done with all these. Like, whoops. 燧人氏. So 燧人氏. So yeah, it seems like inventions that are not what's the word? Inventions that are kind of not really ascribable to people. You just kind of everyone invents it, such as utilizing fire. In fact, would you even describe it as an invention? It's probably easier to think of them as invented by someone. 燧人氏. So flint person. Is this flint? 古志三星. 三星. Is this related to 三星堆? No, it's not. 三星. No. 三星五帝. Just the name, right? 有巢氏之子. Oh, wow. So we just saw this with the construction of the wooden towers to live away from dangerous wildlife. And that person potentially just totally made up, called Yo Chao Shi. And the story may be made up as well. So this is the son, is called Sui Ren Shi, and is known to use flint for making fire. What is this? One. Oh, okay, so this is traditional, is it? Oh, classical Wikipedia. Why would you have a classical Wikipedia? I shouldn't say that. There's probably a good reason. Let's switch to Chinese. All right. Sweet. Yeah, so they put pinyin above it. So that's an indication that this is not a particularly well-known character. If you're like reading native content and they put pinyin or above it for adults, yeah. Okay, so 燧人氏钻木取火. All right, so this is the 钻木取火 is the name of this chapter in the book. So this is the guy, presumably. I don't see any 岁, but all right. What's that character? Mao. Round Mao. Oh, it's the name of a place, is it? All right. Pause for 1 second. All right. So we've learned two things. What was it? 有巢人. 有巢人 is kind of a legendary slash mythological figure living in towers, and 燧人氏. Oh, right. Sorry, I said the first one wrong. 有巢氏 and 燧人氏. Yeah, 燧人氏 is the one who created fire or utilized fire. Realistically, it wouldn't have happened like that, as the book explains, but that's all right. And yeah, we have this saying here, 钻木取火. So you're using the hardwood to drill hole in softwood and using flint and etc. etc. Or utilizing fire, creating fire. 人工取火是一个了不起的发明. So they're counting it as an invention rather than just a natural phenomenon. 从那时候起，人们就随时可以吃到烧熟的东西，而且食物的品种也增加了。据说燧人氏还教人捕鱼。So this same person taught them how to catch fish. 原来像鱼yeah, this is a soft-bellied turtle, right? This bung, this is mussels, right? And is that good? Clams? Something like that. 一类东西. I put this on my notes, so I'll show you. Yeah, so because I don't want to include everything in the corpus, but sometimes there are characters that you probably should know, but I don't know. You can kind of infer them on the spot a lot of the time. So what are the ones we looked at? You is fish. So I've got a fish, but also extended beyond fish. And I got put images of relevant things. It was beer. There was a soft-bellied turtle, was it? Soft-shelled turtle. This one, beer. So there's an image. The other one was bung, which would be mussel, but that's on this page. Bangbu de Bang. Bangbu is a city. Bungbu. Oh, am I pronouncing it wrong? Ah, so Bung. It's Bungbu is the city name, and Bang. Okay, so it's a doinzi. Bang is the mussel. So this is Bang, mussels. And what was the other one I mentioned? Oh, is it Gur? Good. Gur. Yeah, on clams. And that's how I end up learning all these. All right, let's go back. So fish, turtles, mussels, clams, etc. That kind of thing. 生的有心造味. What is this character? 造. 心造. Is that a two-character version of 心? 不能吃. Whoa. Can eat raw mussels. Can you not? These ones you can eat raw. At least in Australia you eat them raw. You just go to the beach, take them, and eat them. Yeah, I mean, the main issue is opening them, really. All right. 清造. What is that character? 造. 清扫. I don't know. Oh. Is it in the corpus? Here it is. 太少脸红. 太少脸红. Okay. So it's kind of bashful or something like this. What's the relevance? Here, 心少味. What do you reckon that means? Not a very common word. So over here, we'll put in, whoops. Oh, it worked. 心骚又新又骚. So 骚 is first tone. Ah, okay. So 对字, I looked up the fourth tone and couldn't figure out what it meant. This one, first tone. Smell of urine or of the fox, skunk, etc. All right. So first tone also means stinky. So in the corpus, I chose the fourth tone one. Yeah, it can't include everything. I saw. All right. I saw. So it was what I guessed originally. 2-character version of smelly, stinky. 有了取火办法，就可以烧熟来吃了. Yeah, I don't know. Australians eat raw seafood. This is fresh. Like, yeah, I remember coming to China and the first time I saw prawns, I just started eating them raw, and I was like, oh, okay, you're not meant to do that here. Oh, all right. Anyway, 不知过了多少长时间，人们开始用绳子结网，用网去打猎，还发明了弓箭。All right, so we're being unspecific here, but we have nets used for hunting, presumably trapping, and then we have 弓箭, bows and arrows. 这些光用木棒 No, 这比光用木棒比 so these are better. 木棒石器打猎要强得多 more effective than like sticks and like clubs and bone tools for hunting. 不但平地上的走兽，就是天空上的飞鸟，水里的鱿鱼，都可以射杀捕捉起来。捕来的鸟兽多半是活的，一时吃不完，还可以留看。What is it, 留看? Oh, maybe it's 留看. Yeah, I think it's first tone can. Yeah, it's can shoulder can. This one. Oops. One. Keep under surveillance. So you're not killing them immediately. You're just can you're looking at them. You're not really raising them or breeding them. It's just that you don't want to eat them immediately, but you have captured them. All right, that makes sense. Okay, 留看养殖，留到下次吃. All right, so you could just leave them there and then eat them when you're ready, or you could raise them and breed them, etc., etc. 这样人们又学会了饲养. Yeah, so this is like feeding and breeding animals, etc. Maybe what's the domestication? 这种结网打猎养牲口的活，都是人们在劳动中共同积累起来的经验。传说中，却说发明这些事的人是这个人，无锡氏，或者叫包西氏。Yeah, you can kind of see this is a rare character in the fact that this book is written for native speakers and they explain what the character is. Bao, no, it's not Bao, it's not the medical one. Okay, so 包是厨房，西是顺口的意思. All right, so let's look up this figure. This, I don't know, figure in Chinese history. So what's the name? 无意识，无意识。Oh, okay. 无 无 this one. 无意识. It's put me in classical mode again. I don't know why. We'll do Chinese. 无意识. It is 伏. Oh, 伏羲. Sorry, 伏羲. Is this in my corpus? It might be. Here it is. 伏羲八卦. Why have I put 伏羲八卦? I don't know, but if I put it there, there's a reason. What's that character? 密西 泡西 Okay, 刨 kitchen. Okay, 刨西 包西 西黄 What's that character? 伏 Wuxi variant. Alright. This is a bit of an issue, isn't it? This is what happens when you study Chinese history. You've got one person who has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like nearly 10 names, right? Is it 10? No, it's 9 names. 是中国传说时代的人物，为历史中的三星无帝之一。So the 三星 What is 三星无帝？三星无帝，三星无君王。That's the name of a person, is it? 三星无帝的合称。It's not the name of a person, it is the name of multiple people who are all 君王. Okay. 按学历的技术，夏朝之前有以皇帝为首。Note that this is not 皇帝 in the sense of emperor. Emperors haven't been invented yet. This is 皇帝 as in this guy. 联盟首领. Maybe there's multiple 皇帝. 吴魏帝国大约活跃于黄河中，游到 this 渭河 what's that character? 渭河流域. This character is probably not in the corpus, but it's not. I'm not going to care about that. It's a proper noun, and you can kind of infer from the Sandian trait that it is likely going to be a river, the name of a river. You can also infer that from the fact that the character after Wei. Yeah, so it's very likely to be a single purpose character. It is. Yeah, it's just the name of this river. It's not that important to know because you can infer it on the spot. 其他古文献又称武帝之前还有伏羲、神农。is this you the Great? No. 炎帝. Alright, we'll get to that. 等圣王. Okay. 更为三星. So there's 5 rulers and this is not Xing, it's Huang, San Huang. No wonder I've been messing it up. San Huang. The legendary sovereigns of the 3rd millennium. Okay, Sui Ren, which we talked about, right? Was the guy who invented fire. Mythological Fu Xi and Shen Nong. Shen Nong. Or Tian Huang, Yi Huang, Yuan Huang. Are these names? Are they respective names or something? I don't know. Too complicated, hey? Anyway, where were we? We're back here. Learning about Fuxi. So why have I got Fuxi Bagua in my notes? What's the relevance to 八卦? 知道八卦等. Okay. Well, let's click on 八卦. 八卦是易经的基本概念，可代表一切自然现象的动静状态。This character. 爻. Solid and broken lines are the 8 trigrams. Oh, so there's all these different yaos over here. San yao. Have I got that on my list? All right, I'm gonna add it. Not add it, but add it to my notes. Yeah, I just added it to the list of characters. All right, so 三爻组成, so it implies 1, 2, 3. So there's 一二三爻. All right. So what's 伏羲going on? Malfunction. 伏羲. Whoa. 朱羲的伏羲八卦自序。太极拳 right? 阳阴 so this is yin yang 的yin and yang. 太阳少阴少阳太阴 so 太少少 okay and 天对正运寒 so this one's still used again, not very common, mostly used to indicate how to write a character or something. This is sometimes used, but I don't know where. Qian is using emperor name. So what's the relevance? Let's just ask ChatGPT. What's the relevance of 伏羲 to 八卦? 伏羲八卦. Traditionally credited with inventing the 八卦. Okay, but didn't it say that here? Oh, okay, so Fuxi invented it, but I Ching is, I forget who it is, so I should know. It's not, what's that character? Don't get too distracted. Who wrote I Ching? Oh, yeah, that's complicated, isn't it? Because this predates writing. Okay, 作者 Fuxi, really? Did Fuxi write? I should put writing quotes here. I Ching Western Zhou period. So Xiangsha Zhou. We're talking like 1,000 years later. All right. So, well, where were we? So even though it says author is Fuxi, yeah, not really the case. But it's not really as easy to say as you can't just say someone wrote this book like you can do with a lot of modern books. I don't know. Santi is Liu Cixin, right? All right. So like Fuxi came up with the intellectual content, and it was like subsequently, like this is like tons of years later though, right? But even then, so Joel, when was writing invented? It was late Zhou, wasn't it? And no, Shang Dynasty had the Jaguwen, Xia Shangzhou. So Zhou Dynasty, there's like a whole Shang Dynasty in between, right? Or am I getting the timeline wrong? Where is it? Let's go back to Fuxi. Yeah, this predates the Xia Dynasty, right? Oh, all right. So, Fuxi predates the Xia Dynasty, and Yijing was in thousands of years later. All right. So it is literally BC. So it's like 1,000 plus years later it was written. Yeah, all right. Chinese history is complicated, but we're learning. Like we're learning Fuxi. So Fuxi is probably mythological slash legendary. I think Xia Dynasty and prior, you have to be prepared to assume that everything is mythological. All right. So we're doing all right. We're doing all right. I need a bathroom break. Right. Where were we? Okay. So we got Fuxi Shi or Fuxi. So Fuxi, Fuxi in this book is a legendary inventor of like a whole bunch of things, right? Okay. So things like hunting with nets, keeping or raising animals, etc., etc. So we've got domestication, hunting methods, whatever. And Fuxi is a legendary inventor of that. In my notes, Fuxi Bagua. I don't know too much about the Bagua, honestly. Probably not going to come up on the exam. But yeah, so that led to the Fuxi. Fuxi's Bagua relates to the Book of Changes, which was like authored many years after Fuxi. Assuming Fuxi even existed. All right. Anyway, 这种渔猎的时期又不知经过了多少年，人类的文明越来越进步。开始，人们偶尔把一把野谷子撒在地上。So this it's sa? Yeah, it's sa, right? Why is it this one though? This is s. Anyway, iba. So I think iba is a handful and just of seeds and scattered them on the floor. And 到了第二年，发现地面上生出苗来。一到冬天又长成了更多谷子，于是人们就大量栽种起来。他们用木头制作一种耕地的农具，叫做neither of those characters look familiar to me. 一种带拔的木锹 is it? There's three of them. There's like there's three characters that mean shovel slash spade, and I spent quite a while trying to fix them. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, so for my notes, I had to figure out what the difference between these three things were. So this one, shovel, spade. This one, chan, shovel, spade. And then there's this one, xian, shovel. And because it really was relevant, because I'm choosing hints for each character, and if these three characters all mean the same thing, It really makes it hard to choose hints for the corpus. What did I end up with in the corpus? 铲出积雪. So this is shovel away like a layer of snow, maybe in your garage, blocking your garage. 先 Whoa, I can't even read that. Oh, 挑先含泪. Oh, so here I gave up, didn't I? I just listed them all and put lei. And so if you want to guess xian, you just calculate it's not that character, it's not that character, it's this character. Oh, I cheated, didn't I? But I think I cheated well there, actually. And how is here? Okay, so 铁锹挖土. So you use an iron spade to dig earth. Okay. Tried my best to sort them out, but yeah, there's 3 of them, and if you Google it, it's not just me who gets them mixed up. It's like most of the Chinese population. Yeah, what's the difference? So I feel a little bit, I don't know, like I shouldn't have that level of differentiation between these things. But at the same time, if I'm writing a corpus and I need to differentiate them somehow, it's quite challenging. I have no idea what these characters are. There's 2 of them. Lei. Is it a word? 类似. Lao. Alright, I need an image. They say there's no such thing as a visual learner or something, right? But 类似. So, all right, so this is a plow. A human is behind. Here's a good image. Gungli, is it? So a human goes behind these oxen, and like makes sure it's in the right place. Okay. Oh, okay, so can I click this? I don't want to do that. All right. So 类似 is a plow that's like this. Why does it have 2 forks? So this is a different one. This is the 2-forked plow. All right, let's ask ChatGPT. What is a lace? Actually, while we're here, I'm going to go to Gemini and get it to. Can you draw a lace in use? No, I'm saying it wrong, aren't I? 类似. No, 类似. Third tone, fourth tone. 类似. Both these characters are new to me, I'm going to be honest. 类似. All right. Is that accurate? This is just a generic plow, isn't it? All right, so that wasn't effective. I don't think that's a reliable source. 类似. Is it on Wikipedia? Let's Wikipedia this stuff then. Here, 类似. No image. Is there an image on the English? There is no English. Cantonese. All right. 类似是中国传说中，有神农氏发明的中国最早的2种翻土播种用的农具。All right, so it's in the Book of Changes. Book of Changes. 类似. So it's some mythological apparatus. So you can draw it however you like, then, right? 雷 hand power hoe 四 I don't know. Where can I get an image of is it mythological? It went on the wrong. Okay. Oh, here we go. 雷四. Oh, that was really helpful. All right. So this one. This seems to be the best source I've got. This is public domain, right? All right. I guess I don't really need to know. I didn't want that one. Good question. Thank you. I asked lots of good questions. What's this one? Can I click this? 类似 OK，古代耕地翻土的农具，垒，是类似的柄。So 垒 is the handle. So we saw that in the image. Where was the image? Here. So that this wooden handle is the no 垒 is here. Why does it say 柄？四是类似下端的其土部分。So you're saying that this is the 四, is that right? So maybe this wooden part here is the 雷 and this is the 四. All right. I can guarantee you both of those characters are not in the corpus. All right, I just make it in these notes. So my plan is to more polish this one, and I'm not like changing the characters at the moment, but in the future I'm going to like after the current version I'll plan to add many more characters. It's probably going to be another 300 or so. It takes time. It takes a lot of time to find appropriate hints for each of these characters. You have to do it carefully. But at the same time, you do learn a lot along the way, so it benefits me as well. So it's all right. Now, what were we doing? Okay, let's go back to our text. So 类似 here, 类似 OK, 叫做类似一种带把的木刀 So a wooden plow with a handle. All right. 他们用类似耕地种植五谷收获量就更大了。后来传说中把这些种庄稼这些种庄稼的人okay, so this measure word, there's two measure words, right? Oh, okay, no, this is not a measure word. 种庄稼 plant crops. 这些种庄稼的人说成是一个人，叫做神农氏。All right. So we've got 3 now, right? Do we still remember them? 有桥氏, 燧人氏, and now we have 神农氏. That's the third one. And this one was agriculture. Oh, we also have 伏羲, 伏羲氏. We have 4. Potentially completely just made up or semi-fictional. 传说中的神农氏，还亲自尝过各种野草野果的味儿，有甜的也有苦的，甚至碰到有毒的。他不但发现了，为他哦，神农氏，发现了许多可以吃的食物，还发现了许多可以治病的药材。据说医药试验就是从那时候开启的。Yeah, when I study Chinese history, there's a few things that you've got to kind of put aside because you could write encyclopedias about them. And medicine is one of them. Medicine, musical instruments, clothing. Oh, there's a whole bunch of things like that. Tea, literature, like things like Chinese characters. People do PhDs on these things. Like any one of those individually from one dynasty or something like this, people do a PhD on. And you're kind of like, oh, wow. So there's no hope of me learning to that level. But at the same time, neither can Chinese people. So, yeah. You've got to accept a limited knowledge because it's literally impossible. You cannot study it to exhaustion. All right. 从有巢氏到神农氏，这些传说中的大人物实际上是不存在的。Oh, okay. So they don't exist. The book just says they don't exist. Flat out, they don't exist. All right. 但是从购木为巢、钻木取火，一直到渔猎、畜牧、发展农业，反映了原始人生产力的发展，倒是有一定道理的。Right. So the book just says they flat out don't exist, but you're not you're still able to learn and take lessons from them. Yeah, this is what it is, what it's like when you study, right? You try to learn from whatever source you have, but you don't infinitely rely on them. 公元1952年 so that's a bit of a jump. Sorry, 公元. No, it's 公元. This is 1952, like AD, right? It's 70 years ago. 在陕西西安 Yeah, okay, so there is a 西安 even. 半坡村发现了一处大约6、7千年以前的氏族村落遗址，从遗址中发掘出来的东西，知道那个时期的人已经学会饲养和农耕了。All right, so this is when they discovered something. When was it? 7,000 years ago. So 7,000 years ago, in Shanxi, there was animal raising, domestication, and there was like plowing of fields. All right. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of history is in Shanxi. All right, I want to do this, but should I start now? I'm going to pause and have a rest. Right, where were we? Yeah, I just had my lunch. All right. 皇帝战蚩尤. Okay, so Chuyo is a mythological creature in Chinese history. Like a monster. Yeah, so Huangdi was like a leader slash ruler, but this Huangdi is different to the other Huangdi, right? Huangdi, so Qin Shi Huang was the first Huangdi, that Huangdi, but this is 黄色的黄, yellow Di. I don't know what D is. Anyway, 大约在4000多年以前，我国黄河、长江流域一带，住着许多氏族和部落。Oh, so the Huang is from 黄河, is it? Maybe. 黄帝是传说中最有名的一个部落首领。Okay, one of the most famous leaders. No. The ego does imply one of the most famous. Not necessarily the most famous, but yeah, you get the idea. A leader. 以黄帝为首领的部落，最早住在我国西北方的什么水附近？Is it 西？I guess it's 西。Yeah, this is probably a ridiculously rare character. 溪水。Yeah. Family name in the royal family of Zhou dynasty. All right. 日姬 I'm not sure. All right, I'm gonna make a note just in case. Oh, I said I was gonna make a note, but this character is 霸王别姬. Farewell my concubine. So this is not all that rare, actually. Not anywhere near as rare as I was thinking. All right, so then I will cancel this. I don't need to make a note because it's already in the corpus. And I should learn that character. All right. 积水附件后来搬到 Oh dear. What do you reckon that is? 涿鹿 in 河北省涿鹿 all right. 怀来一带开始发展畜牧业和农业，定居下来。All right. This is probably the name of a river or some like specific place name. I'm really not too thrilled about it. First tone, Lu. 涿鹿 in Hebei province, name of a place. If it's got sandy and shui, it's probably related to water. 用于地名，如周州. Is that really Jojo? There's a place called Jojo. All right, Jojo, 周路. 均在河北. All right, so yeah, I'm not gonna note that. It's place names are just too much. Like, especially when you've got the entirety of China through the entirety of Chinese history. It's just way too many characters. So I don't worry about those. 周鲁. 跟皇帝同时的另一个部落首领叫做炎帝. So this Yan is inflammation, right? 最早住在我国西北方江水附近。据说跟皇帝族是近亲。What does that mean? That's a full sentence, right? Oh, so 近亲 is another like race of people. Is that right? 炎帝族渐渐衰落，而黄帝族正在 That can't be correct, right? 黄帝族 Maybe it's 正在 from the period of time. 兴盛起来 I question that usage of 正在 Anyway, let's move on. 这时候，有一个黎族的首领，名叫蚩尤。Now, yes, I've got this creature in my notes. Yeah, 蚩尤, legendary tribal defeated and killed by Yellow Ramp. Oh, spoiler alert! Oh, all right. Chiyo. Oh, this is the English one. Let's go to the Chinese one. 蚩尤，中国神话传说中的部落首领，实为神农氏炎帝姜姓的部落分支首领。All right, so this is a person? Is that right? That can't be right, can it? 与皇帝交战而闻名。却又在战争中显示了威力，使其成为战胜的同义词。所以同义词，所以我尊职者，意为战神，the god of war。Okay, so they're just saying that Chiyo is used to indicate someone who is particularly good at war. All right. 曲折. So this is like proponents and opponents, right? 意为祸首。其活动年代大致与华夏族首领炎帝和黄帝同时。却有部落与 we just saw this one, right? 周陆之战中败于黄帝。So this one lost. No, 败于 is 败于 defeated or was defeated by? I don't remember. It was defeated by. So 败于 is to be defeated by. All right. Okay, 皇帝炎帝的部落联盟。Oh, okay, so they ganged up. All right. 部落族人四散。What is 四散? Oh, this is like dispersed in all directions. 其中一部分族人归附炎黄部落的华夏族。All right. It's like precursor to Chinese civilization or something. I'm not sure. 一部分南迁与皇帝炎帝合称为中华三族。The 中华三族, so er san, right? Er and Chio is san. Chio. All right. So this one, where was this one? 周陆之战, or are we about to learn about this battle? We may be learning about this battle in a second anyway in the book. So let's just read the book. OK， 这时候有一个竹里族的首领叫做蚩尤，十分强悍的悍。传说蚩尤有81个兄弟，81 brothers，right？ 他们全是猛兽的身体，红头铁额，吃的是沙石，凶猛无比。他们还制造刀，I know this means halberd, right? Is it 戈？弓弩。弩 is a crossbow. Crossbows were a Chinese invention as well, right? However, oh, we got a bit of lag, do we? No. However, they didn't exist back then, right? So, 刀、戈、弓、弩，各种各样的兵器，常常带领他的部落侵略别的部落。So let's just get the tone right for halberd. Maybe I'll just handwrite it actually. Here, 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 and then it's there or something like that. D. Yeah, I got it wrong. Pronunciation wrong. It doesn't come up all that often, I'm afraid. D. Hellbird. Comes up in like movies and things and Chinese history. All right. 有一次，蚩尤侵占了炎帝的地方，炎帝提兵抵抗。All right，但他不是蚩尤的对手，被蚩尤杀得一败涂地。Sorry, who is not? So 炎帝 is not the enemy. All right, I don't know. 炎帝没法子，逃到周路请求皇帝帮助。All right, so but who was the 对手? Doesn't say. 皇帝早就想除去这个各部落的祸灾祸害，就联合各部落准备人马，在周路的田野上和蚩尤展开一场大决战。All right, we have action. We're going to war. 关于这次大战，有许多神话式的传说。据说皇帝平时驯养的熊 I don't even recognize that character. Nor that one, nor that one, nor that one. Oh, OK，6种野兽在打仗的时候就把这些猛兽放出来助战。有人认为传说中的6种野兽实际上是以野兽命名的6个氏族。All right, so we don't take things too literally. What are these animals? I got nothing. All right, we'll finish the paragraph and then look up these animals. 蚩尤的兵士虽然凶猛，但是遇到皇帝的军队，加上这一群猛虎凶兽，也抵挡不住，纷纷败逃。All right, so 皇帝 had all these animals, but these animals are meant to be figurative for tribes. All right, let's see what we got. So here with a 2 and E. It's brown bear. These are some pretty rare characters. Yeah, I'm not sure. I might need to note these, but here, and then E. Mythical bear-like animal. All right. So bears, different type of bear, different type, a mythical type of bear. All right. Xiu. Yishu. Let me guess. It's another type of bear. What is Pishu? Fierce animal, famous, fabulous wild beast. Mythical one. Yeah, all right. Oh, I didn't do this last one. So it's like 4 different types of bears thus far, or in something in that ballpark. It may be lost to time or something as well. Oh, why didn't I? I have to write it again. So here, in there. What is a chu? Animal resembling a tiger. All right, so we've got 4 bears and 2 tigers. All right, maybe I don't need to know all that. Oh, wow. There's not even a single example sentence. So, all right, I'm going to make a note, but I don't think it's that important. Yeah, I just made a note, but I don't think it's that important to know all these animals. It would be nice to know how they're pronounced so I can read it more fluently, but anyway. There was something relevant, actually. What was relevant is on the Huangdi page, he was known as Yo Xiong, shit, where is it? Oh, Yo Xiongguo. Yeah. So the animals are mostly bears, right? Ah, here. Yo Xiong Shi. Oh, this is the tribe, is it? What does the Shi mean? Clan. Oh, it's clan. Yeah. Yo Xiong Shi. Okay, the clan that has bears. Yeah. All right. OK。皇帝带领兵士，乘胜追杀，突然天晕地黑，浓雾弥漫，狂风大作，雷电交加，使皇帝的兵士无法追赶。原来蚩尤请来了风伯于师助战。Alright, so Chuyo has some sort of magic going on here to assist in battle. 皇帝也不甘示弱. So 示弱, usually you encounter the phrase 示威, a show of strength. So 示弱 probably means the opposite of that, right? So it does not want to show weakness. 请天女帮助. I don't know who 天女 is. 驱散了风雨，一刹那之间，风驰雨行，晴空万里，终于把蚩尤打败了。也有一种传说，说是蚩尤用妖术制造了一场大雾，使皇帝的兵士迷失了方向。皇帝用指南车来指引，带领兵士依着蚩尤逃跑的方向追击，结果把蚩尤捉住杀了。这些神话反映这场战争是非常激烈的。So that's just the details of the battle/war. 各部落看到皇帝打败了蚩尤，都挺高兴。皇帝收到了许多部落的拥护，但是炎帝族和黄帝族也发生了冲突，双方在Is it 版权? I see this character in the Chinese word for Osaka, I think. Doesn't often turn up in Chinese. Let's see what we got. Ban. Yeah, Osaka. So what is this word? Ban quan. Ban quan. All right, I'll just do the old handwriting. Quan. What is it? Yes? No, that's chol. It should be water. Okay, so ban. And then, is it white water? Quan. Yeah, ban quan. Oh, all right, I don't know what to say about that. I'm going to check the corpus. I don't know if ban is in the corpus. Oops. What's going on? Oh. Oh, interesting. I didn't even know that existed. All right, so ban. Ribbon Daban. Oh, okay. That's where I know it from then. That's Osaka. All right. So 版权. This is not 版权 is also a word in Chinese, right? Meaning copyright, right? But it's not that one. 因河北州路县东南. Okay, so 版权地方打了个战，炎帝失败，从此皇帝成了中原地区的部落联盟首领。All right. So we had what was it, Yan Di and Huang Di kind of teamed up and defeated Qiu. And after they were defeated, they went to war with each other. And what happened? Huang Di defeated Yan Di. All right. And became the leader of the Bible Alliance or something in this ballpark. 传说中的黄帝时代有许多发明创造，像造公式，OK，造车、造船、制作无色衣裳等等，这些当然不会是一个人发明的，但是后来的人都把它记在皇帝账上了。Okay, so this is a metaphor, but it just so 记在账上, so record in a ledger or something, or in their account. It's yeah. Basically, these things are attributed to Huangdi, even though it's not true. The book says plainly it's not true, but that's what people do anyway. OK， 传说皇帝有个妻子名叫洛族。I don't know that character. Maybe I'll read first and then look up the characters. 亲自参加劳动，本来餐只有野生的，所以餐 silkworm, right? 人们还不知道餐的用处。这个他的妻子，I guess it's 漏族，教夫人养餐。Oh, I don't know this character. 什么是薛？Is it 棉 or 昂 something like this? 打那时候起，就有了诗和。Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at this one. Right. This is what it's like learning Chinese history. There's a huge amount of characters. 雷族 thick rope. 雷族. All right. What's the next one that I was having trouble with? This one. All right. So here and then here and then here. I don't know. Does it understand that? Yeah, it did. 烧丝. All right. And what was the third one? This one, which is it's like mian, but without the left-hand side. Or oh, maybe I do know this one. 淄博, is it? 淄博. Yeah, I know that word. So let's have a look at the corpus. So 淄博, is 淄博in there? 淄博. Oh, okay. 博. I have to find the character. It can take time just inputting the character. All right, 博. Here. 简帛书法. What does that mean? I don't know. It looks interesting. 简帛, the silk. So this is writing on silk. Oh, it's the name of a calligraphy style. 书法. All right. 简帛. This is 唐涛简帛书法. Oh, all right. So that's in the corpus. The name, what was it? 雷族. I'll just have to check. Yeah, Lei. Do you think it's in there? It can take a little time to find the character, can't it? Here it is, 6. No, it's not in there. So I'll make a note of that one. This one. Oh. And what was the third one? Whoops. Yeah. Salsa. I already forgotten it. Salsa. Salsa. No. Studying Huang Yi and his wife. Oh, this is Huang Yi's wife. Assuming wife was a meaningful term back at the time. All right. Oh, I made a mistake. Not that Huangdi, it's this Huangdi. Huangdi. Yeah, Huangdi. Yellow Emperor. But predating the concept of emperors. More of a tribal lord. All right. 皇帝还有一个学官仓颉 actually is 仓颉 in the corpus. I mentioned 仓颉 earlier in the video, did I not? 仓颉 with multiple eyes. Yeah, 仓颉造字. So here it's created Chinese characters, but we're not at the stage where we've invented Chinese characters. We're not at the stage of history. Yeah, is there tongue is a common character, right? So it should be everywhere in this corpus. All right. Yeah, so 仓颉. Oh, I should have actually shown you again 仓颉 with 4 eyes. Oh, 仓颉. Where's your 4 eyes? Ah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 4 eyes. 仓颉 noted for creating Chinese characters, I guess. 传说仓颉是皇帝的幼时，是发明文字的始祖。Yeah, but of course, sort of. Anyway, 仓颉创造过古代文字，我们没有见到过那个时期的文字，也没法查考。中国古代的传说都十分推崇皇帝，后代的人都认为皇帝是华夏族的始祖，自己是皇帝的子孙，因为炎帝族和黄帝族原来是近亲，后来又融合在一起。所以我们也常常把自己称为炎黄子孙。All right. So the sons and grandsons of Yan, Yandi and Huangdi. Yeah, women will come into the picture later on. I'm sure they existed at the time though. 为了纪念这位传说中的共同祖先，后代的人还在现代陕西黄龙县北面的桥山上造了一座皇帝陵。So this is some inscription on a bridge. I don't know. We can Google it, see what comes up. What was it called? 皇帝陵. Where was the inscription? Well, I was meant to see an inscription on a bridge. 皇帝陵. 天下第一陵，皇帝陵. This is not an inscription on a bridge, is it? What is this? Yuan, this is Nanyuan Beizhou, the yuan, right? All right, we'll get to that in a minute. So where is this? Is it in Shanxi province? Oh, I'll click this one. 皇帝陵，皇帝陵，曾称乔陵. So where's the bridge? I want to see a bridge. In Shanxi, Huangning Xian. Oh, there's a Huangning village or town. Where's the bridge though? Huangdi Ling. All right. I can't read everything about everything. All right. What's next on our list? Yao Shun Rang Wei. Rang Wei is to abdicate. Abdicate a throne because you're the emperor and it's like, nah, I don't want it. No, it's normally not like that. It's much more complicated, but you know, you get the idea. All right. So this is leading up to the Xia dynasty. So the Xia dynasty began with irrigation projects by Yu the engineer. And so Yao Shun, it was Yao Shun and then Yu, right? If I remember correctly. This one, 大禹治水. All right. So once we get to here, we start getting into like civilization kind of. 尧舜让位，传说皇帝以后，先后出了3个很出名的部落联盟首领，名叫尧、舜和禹。Is it? Let me get the tones right. 尧、舜、禹. I just want to make sure. I think I might be getting the tones wrong. 尧、舜. Can I just do this? Oh, it worked. 尧、舜、禹. 尧、舜、禹. All right. 他们原来都是一个部落的首领，后来被推选为部落联盟的首领。Oh, all of them? Oh, maybe they were. So they became leaders. Yeah, all right. 那时候，做部落联盟首领的，有什么大事，都要找各部落首领一起商量。尧年纪老了，想找一个继承他爵位的人。有一次，他召集四方部落首领来商议。All right, so Yao is old and convening a meeting between local tribe leaders. Yao 说出他的打算后，有一个名叫放弃 no 放弃的说，你的儿子丹珠是一个开明的人，继承你的位子，很合适。Okay, no problems. So someone recommended Danzhu, Fang Qi recommended Danzhu. 尧言训的说不行。All right. 这小子品德不好，专爱跟人争吵。另一个叫让斗 is this one, right? That's the name. These are not like modern Chinese names. 让斗的说，管水利的公工作 倒做的挺不错。哎，摇头，摇头，说，公公能说会道，表面恭谨，心里另是一套，用这号人，我不放心。这次讨论没有结果，要继续物色他的继承人。What is 物色？Item colored? I don't know. 物色。Wow, this is a verb. I'm going to write that down because I feel like, how do I not know this word? 物色，物色人才。It's weird because both 物 and 色 are mostly just used as nouns, right? So the idea of somehow combining them into a verb. Yeah, there are no usages, right? So you take these two nouns, combine them into a verb. Something weird's going on there. All right, let's continue. 物色 meaning to seek out. Where was it? 物色，继续物色他的继承人。有一次，他又把四方部落首领叫来商量，要大家推荐教会的医治，推荐尧舜is fourth term，我这尧舜禹舜，尧点点头说，我也听到这个人挺好，你们能不能把他的事迹详细说说？All right, we got more of a backstory here. Here, can you see that? Up. 大家便把舜的情况说开了。舜的父亲是个无秃后顶的人。OK，人们叫他 Whoa, I've never seen that character. This one I see occasionally, but I don't even know what it means. I mean, I recognize it because it's the right-hand side of Soulsaw. Wow, all right. So, if I can get this. I mean, didn't do that one well. And then at the bottom is mu. No, it didn't work. Oh, there it is. Gu. This is not a great word, is it? Gu. No, I have to do this one as well. Sorry. Oh, that's just the name. Gusol. Gusol. All right, I'm gonna have to check this. Yeah, I made a note of gu, but soul is here. What does soul mean? Hong soul wu qi. Teaching neither the young nor the old. Also, tong means young. So is the opposite, is it? So meaning old. Okay, so 童叟无欺 is 欺骗, right? Swindling or cheating. That's interesting. All right, let's go back to the book. Anyway, that's just this name of Shun's father. Okay, so Yao is not Shun's father. Okay. 舜的生母早死了，后母很坏。All right. So these are not necessarily the best recommendations of all time. 后母生的弟弟名叫象， so his 后母, this is, so his mother died and then his like stepmother was not good. Stepmother's brother is called Elephant. 傲慢的没法说，鼓手却很疼他。顺生活在这样一个家庭里，在他的父母弟弟挺好。So this 待 means 对待 treat them really good. Okay. 所以大家认为顺是个德行好的人。So it's even though they were not good to him, he was still good to them. Okay. 瑶听了挺高兴，决定先把舜考察一下。他把自己的2个女儿，this is 娥皇 this is 嫦娥的娥 right? Yeah. Okay, so 娥皇女婴嫁给舜。So 2, like he got 2 wives, all right? 还替舜筑了粮仓，分给他很多牛羊。那后母和弟弟见了，又是羡慕，又是嫉妒，no，嫉忌，is it 嫉忌 ？I don't know，妒忌和鼓手一起用计，几次3番想按太顺。有一回，鼓手叫舜修补粮仓的顶，当舜用梯子爬上仓顶的时候，鼓手就在下面放起火来，想把舜烧死。舜在仓顶上一见起火，想找梯子。梯子已经不知趋向。All right, so he's on the top of the granary doing some, or at least he was meant to do mending, but he's been set up. This is what Chinese history is like. It's full of like theatrics, like a soap opera. So the ground's now on fire. He's on top of the granary. All right. 幸好舜随身带着2顶遮太阳用的笠帽。So this is one of those, hats that, triangle shaped hat to protect from the sun. Is it in here? 笠帽, right? 笠帽. Li. I'm sure it's Li. Maybe it's not Li. No, Li. 一顶斗笠. What? Conical bamboo hat. Conical. Oh, I should have pulled out that one. Conical. All right. All right, so he's going to do a MacGyver kind of thing here and use the conical hat to somehow prevent his destruction. 他双手拿着笠帽，像鸟张翅膀一样跳下来。All right, so using the hat as a wing. All right. 笠帽随风飘荡，舜轻轻地落在地上，一点儿也没受伤。Was it 曲？No 鼓，Was it 鼓？鼓手和象并不甘心，他们又叫舜去淘井。This is 淘井。This is 淘井。Is this gold panning？舜跳下井去后， What is 淘 then? Maybe it's well dredging. 淘宝的淘. And 井 is a well. Oh, to dredge a well. Yeah, no, I guess normally you'd say 挖井 nowadays, right? 淘井. I'm not 100% sure. So Shun has jumped in the well. 鼓手和象就在他面上把一块块土石掉下去，把井填没，想把舜活活埋在里面。哇，All right, it's like a movie. 没想到舜下井后，在井边挖了一个孔道。钻了出来，又安全的回家了。So there's like a side passage to the well, kind of. It kind of means like it wouldn't function very well as a well. Anyway, 象不知道舜早已脱险，得意洋洋的回到家里，跟鼓手说，这一回哥哥准死了。这个妙计是我想出来的。现在我们可以把哥哥的财产分一分了。说完，他向舜住的屋子走去，哪知道他一进屋子，舜正坐在旁边弹琴呢。象心里暗暗吃惊，很不好意思的说：“哎，我多么想念您呢。” All right. So Shun hasn't actually done anything. It was like just chilling. It was like tried to set him on fire. Yeah, he just didn't get on fire, and he escaped from the well. But then he just went home and played piano, not piano, tantin, the tin, the zither, right? And he's just chilling, and these baddies are like reporting, oh, okay, yeah, sorry, he died, so I'm just gonna take his house. And it's like, and then they went to take the house, and it's like he's just chilling. Awkward. 舜也装作若无其事，as if nothing happened. So he's just chilling, just pretending like nothing happened. 说，你来的正好，我的事情多，正需要你帮助我来料理呢。So it's cooking, right? 以后舜还是像过去一样和和气气对待他的父母和弟弟。鼓手和象也不想再暗害舜了。尧听了大家介绍了舜的事迹，又经过考察，认为舜确实品德好又挺能干的人，就把首领的位子让给了舜。这种让位，历史上称作禅让，禅让 fourth turn right 禅让，to abdicate. Yeah, 让位禅让 the same thing, right? 禅让 fourth turn. Yeah. But presumably this is a more complicated process, whereas this is more general. It's just passing on the throne. 其实，在氏族公社时期，部落首领老了，用选举的办法推选新的首领，并不是什么稀罕事件。Okay, so when the leader got old, they passed it on, right? Some sort of election style method. 舜接位后, here's another synonym, right? 接位, 接 meaning to pass on the throne. 接位后, 也是又勤劳又简朴，跟老百姓一样劳动，受到大家的信任。过了几年，尧死了，舜还想把部落联盟首领的位子让给尧的儿子丹朱，可是大家都不赞成，舜才正式当上了首领。So when Yao died, so Shun took the throne. Shun thought Danzhu would be better, but this went from Yao to Shun. And there's an important part here is that Shun was not a relative of Yao. All right. All right. Shall we keep going? Maybe. I need to rest. 1 second. Yes, so yeah, I get the feeling this is going to be a long video, so let's not stress about that. Time to do listening practice, I think. So let's go to ChatGPT. I'll start a video. All right. Now, what did we talk about? Wow, we did talk about a fair amount. I didn't realize. So, all right. Please write an essay about KTMP in Chinese, HSK 729 level. And I only want that nothing, nothing else. So we'll, all right, that's fine. So yeah, so hopefully this works. Wow, that was a lot longer than I was anticipating. But here are my headphones. And this should magically just teach me Chinese now.
开天辟地这一成语最早源于上古神话中盘古开天之说，但在后来漫长的文化发展中，它逐渐脱离纯粹的神话叙事，成为评价人类创造力与社会转折的重要隐喻。神话中的盘古以琥珀混沌、分清天地这一画面本身并不追求历史真实，却深刻体现了先民对秩序从无序中诞生的想象。正因如此，开天辟地常被视为一种象征性的文化母题，其意义远超故事本身。如果说盘古的形象体现了原始社会对自然的敬畏，那么开天辟地后来在人类文明史中的延展，则折射出社会对创造精神的重视。无论是殷商甲骨文的出现，还是秦汉制度的确立，又或者是隋唐科举制度的成熟，这些关键节点常被后世评价为开天辟地的事件。它们不只是技术或制度层面的创新，更是改变社天策会运行方式、重塑价值秩序的力量。在现代语境中，开天辟地已成为衡量突破性的常用表达。然而，值得注意的是，这一成语的修辞力量来自其从无到有的意味，而非简单的改良或升级。因此，只有当某种行为真正触及结构性的障碍，或在人类认知与制度创新上实现质变时，才称得上开天辟地。例如，上世纪的信息革命让人类的沟通方式、知识传播与权力结构发生深刻变化，便常被称为开天辟地的转折。此外，开天辟地也蕴含着一种对未知的勇气。不论神话中的盘古是否真实存在，它所承担的象征意义却始终鲜亮。面对混沌，不逃避，不妥协，而是以最大的意志开辟未来。这种精神在文学与历史评论中屡见不鲜。例如，描述思想家打破旧有范式，作家重塑叙事方式，科学家突破认知边界时，人们往往借用这一成语，以突出其先驱意识。在个人层面，开天辟地的意义则更具抽象。 它可以指某人在生命的关键阶段，例如重新定义自我、摆脱固有限制、开启新的事业或方向所展现出的创造力与决断力。此时，混沌不再是宇宙的起源，而是心理与经验的位置。腐皮也不再是力量的象征，而是选择、责任与思考的体现。总之，从神话到文明，从宏观叙事到个人成长，开天辟地始终贯穿着一种强烈的生成性意义。它提醒我们，历史的每一次转折，知识的每一次突破，都不是理所当然的，而是无数勇敢者面对混沌敢于先行的结果。正因如此，这一成语至今仍具有启发力量，成为描述创新、勇气与创造精神的典型表达。
All right, so yeah, I was hoping to get the background story from mythology. It kind of was mentioned at the start, but yeah. So ChatGPT wrote mostly about the metaphor of this Chongyu. Yeah, here it did mention Pangle, but not so much the story, but where this Chongyu is used. So this is the speed in which I'll need to be able to listen to Chinese speaking at if I were to do the HSK 739 exam. All right, so I'm going to close all these windows because I want to, why not? And let's go to Doubao. And can I just copy, give you that? And let's see if Doubao's essay is any better. I don't know. 华夏文明的精神图腾 What is 图腾 Totem. All right. Yeah. So you can, when you compare ChatGPT's Chinese with Doubao's Chinese, it feels like Doubao is trying to meet Chinese people's expectations, whereas ChatGPT, even when speaking Chinese, it feels like it's trying to meet non-native speaker expectations. Where is Langdu? Doubao speaks very fast. Sometimes it takes a minute. What should I do? 暂停朗读. Do you hear anything? I don't.
开天辟地，华夏文明的精神图腾。在华夏文明的源头，盘古开天辟地的神话如星河般璀璨，承载着先民对宇宙起源的追问与对生命力量的敬畏。这则流传千古的传说，不仅勾勒出天地初开的壮阔图景，更蕴含着深植于民族血脉的文化基因与精神密码，成为滋养中华文明数千年的精神源泉。传说混沌之初，宇宙形如机子，清浊未分，明暗未变，盘古便在这混沌之中沉睡了18000年。当他从沉睡中苏醒，见周遭一片蒙昧，遂生出劈开混沌、开辟天地的壮志。他伸手揽过身边的巨斧，用尽全身气力轰然劈下，一声巨响震彻寰宇，混沌之气应声分离，轻轻者冉冉上升，化为高远澄澈的天空；重浊者沉沉下坠，凝成厚重广袤的大地。天地初分，却仍有合拢之势。盘古便屹立其间，双手托天，双足踏地，日复一日地支撑着天地的分离。他每日长高1丈，天空便随之升高1丈，大地亦随之增厚1丈。如此又历经18000年，天地终于定型，再也无法合拢，而盘古却因耗尽心力，轰然倒下。盘古虽逝，其身躯却化为世间万物。气息化作和煦的风与飘荡的云，声音变为惊雷与轰鸣的涛声。左眼化作皎洁的明月，右眼变为炽热的太阳。四肢五体成为五岳名山，血液流淌成奔腾的江河，经脉蔓延为纵横的道路，肌肤凝结为辽阔的原野， 毛发生长为茂密的草木，牙齿骨骼化为蕴藏的晶石，汗水滴落为滋润万物的雨露。这以身创世的壮举，将个体生命与宇宙万物融为一体，展现了鲜明天人合一的原始认知，更诠释了舍身成人的奉献精神。从文化内涵来看，盘古开天辟地的神话打破了宇宙神创的宿命论，凸显了人力胜天的主动精神。在蒙昧的远古时代，先民面对自然灾害与未知恐惧，并未选择屈从，而是通过神话塑造了盘古这一敢于挑战混沌、开拓天地的英雄形象，寄托了对改造自然、掌控命运的美好向往。这种开拓进取、勇于担当的精神，贯穿于华夏文明的发展历程，从大禹治水、三过家门而不入的执着，到愚公移山、子子孙孙无穷匮也的坚韧，再到近现代中国人披荆斩棘、砥砺前行的壮举，皆能看到盘古精神的传承与延续。此外，这则神话还蕴含着阴阳相生的哲学智慧。天地分离，实则是阴阳二气的分化，清阳为天，浊阴为地，二者相互依存、相互转化，构成了宇宙万物运行的基本规律。这种朴素的辩证法思想，深刻影响了中国传统哲学、医学、历法等诸多领域，成为中华文明独特的思维方式。而盘古以身化万物的结局，更体现了中华民族生生不息的生命观。生命并非孤立存在，而是在与自然的交融中实现永恒。这种对自然的敬畏与对生命的珍视，至今仍具有重要的现实意义。盘古开天辟地的神话是华夏民族的精神史诗，它不仅为我们描绘了宇宙起源的浪漫图景，更传递了开拓创新、无私奉献、天人和谐的核心价值。在时代变迁的今天，这则古老的传说依然焕发着蓬勃的生命力，激励着后人以勇气开拓未知，以担当扛起责任，以敬畏对待自然，在中华文明的长河中续写属于新时代的开天辟地篇章。
Wow. Yeah, that's probably even slightly harder than the HSK 7's exam, but it's not that. That's really challenging. Um, wow. Yeah. There was a lot of figurative stuff in there, wasn't there? Ran ran shung shung. Oh wow. All right. Let's keep going. I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole. So we did that. Okay, now I want to talk about. Okay. So thanks, and the same for what are we doing? Shandy. Might as well do this at the same time. We have grammar. All right, read aloud. I don't want to put the characters on the screen because then I just read the characters, but you know. Thinking. 山顶洞人之所以中国是
山顶洞人之所以在中国史前考古中占有重要地位，不仅因为其遗址位于周口店地区的战略位置，更因为他们所呈现的文化特征揭示了旧石器时代向更复杂社会形态过渡的关键线索。与更早的北京直隶人相比，山顶洞人的遗存显示出显著的解剖学进步，如更为圆润的颅骨、更小的眉脊以及更接近现代人的体态。然而，真正使其与众不同的是他们在精神世界与技术层面的突破。首先，山顶洞人的随葬与装饰现象十分引人注目。在遗址中发现的骨针、穿孔兽牙、罗贝饰品，乃至涂有赤铁矿粉末的埋葬遗迹，无不说明他们已形成较为成熟的审美意识与象征行为。 这意味着他们不仅在生存层面进行了技术创新，也开始以文化方式理解自身在世界中的位置。可以说，这些迹象标志着人类自我意识与社会身份概念的萌芽。其次，山顶洞人掌握的技术
Hmm.
也显示出显著的时代跨越。他们利用磨光骨器、精致石器以及骨进行缝制等行为，提示他们可能已进入更系统的衣物制作阶段。这种对细节与功能性的追求，反映出审慎的思考能力以及对生活环境的长期适应策略。与早期的简单打制工具相比，此类精细加工的技术更像是一次能力结构上的跃迁。从更宏观的角度看，山顶洞人所代表的不仅是一群生活在洞穴中的先民，而是人类文化发展的一个重要拐点。他们的存在让我们得以窥见，在距今约4万年前，东亚地区已经出现了具备象征行为、社会情感与创造意识的早期现代人群。这一事实对于理解人类迁徙、基因交流与区域文明早期分化均具有深远意义。如果说北京
Why
直
is
立
it
人的故
weird?
事更多象征着生存与适应，那么山顶洞人的遗产则展示了表达与思考的诞生。正是这些看似细微的文化行为，让人类在漫长的史前岁月中积累起独特的精神财富，为后来的文明奠定基础。山顶洞人因此不仅是考古学的研究对象，更是连接古与今、理解我们是谁的重要桥梁。
Yeah, you really can feel the ChatGPT-isms in there. If you ChatGPT's writing is very much like this all the time, Boolean article thing. Yeah. All right, let's see what this one's like.
山顶洞人，华夏早期文明的曙光。1933年，北京周口店龙骨山山顶洞遗址的发掘，揭开了华夏早期人类文明的神秘面纱。作为晚期智人的代表，山顶洞人生存于距今约3万年的旧石器时代晚期，其独特的生活技能与文化特征，为中华文明的起源写下了浓墨重彩的一笔。考古发现显示，山顶洞人的生产工具已趋于精细。他们不仅能打磨石器、制作骨针，还掌握了钻孔技术，用兽骨、贝壳制成精美的饰品。部分器物表面残留着染色痕迹，彰显了原始的审美意识。在生存技能上，他们学会了人工取火，摆脱了对自然火的依赖，既用于取暖、烹饪，也能抵御野兽侵袭，极大提升了生存能力。狩猎与采集仍是主要生产方式，遗址中出土的大量动物化石印证了他们与自然共生的生活状态。山顶洞人的文化内涵更为丰富，遗址中发现的墓葬遗迹，死者身上撒有赤铁矿粉末，随葬品包括饰品与工具，这表明他们已产生原始的宗教信仰与灵魂观念。而不同个体的骨骼特征显示，他们可能存在氏族内的互助协作，形成了早期的社会组织形态。作为华夏大地上早期文明的先行者，山顶洞人在工具制造、用火技术、审美意识与精神信仰等方面的突破，奠定了原始文明发展的基础。他们的生存智慧与文化创造，不仅展现了晚期智人的进化成就，更成为中华文明多元起源中不可或缺的一环，为研究中国早期人类的演化与文化传承提供了珍贵的实物佐证，照亮了华夏文明起源的远古征程。
Yeah, all right, that was much easier than the last one. Yeah, this one was longer as well, wasn't it? Full of metaphors and things. This one was more just facts. All right. So let's try again. I guess I need to get my listening practice. Thanks. Next is 端木渔火. ChatGPT's is much easier, but that second one with Dolbal was alright. I can accept that. Am I learning anything? I'm not sure. The idea is not to learn, it's just to kind of, I don't know, practice? Yeah. Rehearse?
钻木取火常被视为人类早期文明的重要象征，因为它不仅代表着技术的突破，更标志着人类对自然力量的主动掌控。火在远古社会具有多重意义：照明、取暖、驱兽、烹饪、冶炼，几乎涵盖了生存与文化发展的核心需求。而钻木取火的出现，使这种力量不再依赖偶然的天火或自然现象，而成为可以反复操作、可控、可用的技术。从技术角度看，钻木取火的关键在于找到合适的木材，并以持续高速的摩擦生成足以点燃火绒的高温。这看似简单的流程，实则需要经验的累积。不同树种的木质结构、空气湿度的变化、火绒材料的选择，都影响成功率。正因如此，钻木取火更像是一门实践智慧，通过反复尝试、失败与调整，逐渐形成稳定方法。它体现的人类认知方式与现代科学追求可重复性和可验证性有某种内在联系。在文化层面，火的可控使用大幅改变了人类的生活形态。烹饪带来的营养提升，夜间光源带来的社交延展，野兽退却后的安全感，都推动了族群规模与社会结构的变化。一些考古资料显示，定居趋势、器物改进乃至早期仪式行为都与火的使用密切相关。换言之，钻木取火不仅是一项技术，更是社会组织与文化表现达的催化剂。值得注意的是，钻木取火在许多文明叙事中被赋予文明开启者的象征意义。它常被描绘为智慧与勇气的结晶，甚至与创造神话、英雄传说相连。这些象征的背后，是对火所带来巨大变革的集体记忆。从惧怕自然到利用自然，从被动适应到主动创造，人类借由火跨越了生存的分水岭。从当代视角回看钻木取火，它不仅让我们理解技术如何改变人类历史，也提醒我们，文明的每一步都源于对问题的敏锐观察与对未知的坚持探索。那些在远古时代反复钻木、不断试错的人，也许并未意识到他们正在塑造未来，但他们的努力确实为整个人类奠定了重要基础。这种跨越时空的创造精神，至今仍是文明发展的核心动力。
Not what I was after, really. What's with like the paragraphs? ChatGPT has a shorter pause between paragraphs than like commas and full stops. Did I mishear something as well? Was there like Cantonese in there? All right. See what we get. So I don't know what the appropriate way to operate this is, but it looks more promising with this icon than the other icon.
钻木取火，点亮人类文明的火种。在华夏文明的远古记忆中，燧人是钻木取火的传说，是人类摆脱蒙昧、迈向文明的重要标志。这一伟大发明不仅改变了早期人类的生存方式，更蕴含着先民探索自然、改造世界的智慧光芒。远古时代，人类依赖自然火生存，却常受火种熄灭、火灾侵袭的困扰。相传燧人是在观察鸟类啄木、摩擦生火的现象后受到启发，尝试以坚硬木棍快速旋转钻入干燥木材，利用摩擦生热引燃木屑，最终发明钻木取火之法。从技术逻辑来看，这是通过机械能转化为热能，使木材达到燃点的原始取火技术，其核心在于选择干燥易燃的木材，保持持续的旋转压力，体现了先民对自然规律的初步认知。钻木取火的发明具有革命性意义，它让人类首次掌控了火种，告别了茹毛饮血的时代。熟食不仅减少了疾病，提升了生存寿命，更促进了大脑发育。可控的火焰用于取暖、照明，使人类活动范围突破地域与时间限制，得以向寒冷地区迁徙。火还成为防御野兽、加工工具的重要手段，推动了生产力的发展。从文化内涵来看，燧人氏被尊为火祖，其钻木取火的壮举承载着勇于探索、敢为人先的精神。 这一传说不仅印证了中国早期先民的实践智慧，更象征着人类从被动适应自然到主动改造自然的跨越，成为华夏文明中创新精神与生存智慧的文化图腾，为后世不断探索未知、开拓进步注入了永恒动力。
Yeah, so you can see the difference, can't you? Or hear the difference between ChatGPT and Doubao here. Um, so, um, so Doubao is assuming I grew up in China, etc., etc. Whereas ChatGPT barely even mentioned that much about China. Yeah, it was more a global perspective on the invention slash discovery of fire or usage of fire. Um, yeah, it really feels different, doesn't it? But they're both kind of native speaker level, but you know, they just kind of grew up differently. Yeah, this is a really good example of what I mean, though, when it feels different the way they speak. It's like I asked about the invention of fire, and ChatGPT just completely ignored the Chinese thing, and Doubao is mentioning all the Chinese history. So we had the Sui Ren Shi, legendary inventor of fire, and so on. All right. So thanks. Let's do. Okay, what were the other ones? Yo, was it Yo Chao Shi? All right, and it is actually quite, I don't know, interesting comparing them. Oh yeah, that reminds me. So here, this was a little different, wasn't it? Yeah, 在观察鸟类啄木、摩擦生火的现象后，yeah，受到启发。This is not. This feels made up. I mean, we're talking about mythology. Everything's made up. So, I mean, I guess one story is as good as another in some respect. So, but at the same time, it's not consistent with the textbook or the book we were reading, right? So, what did he do? I don't think he took inspiration from anything. He just had the hardwood and the softwood and mixed them together, and then started using flint as well. Yeah, I think Dou Bao is getting confused with the other story, Yo Chao Shit, this one, which took inspiration from birds to live high up. Yeah, so maybe this was a hallucination. Anyway, I'm getting lots of listening practice, so let's keep going. This is a reasonable enough way to practice, and I don't have to worry about copyright because it's AI generated stuff. So yeah, what do you do? Yeah, I can't just go watch YouTube
有
videos
巢氏
and
在中
record them.
国上古传说体系中常被视为居处文明的奠基者，它所象征的意义远超一位传说人物，更像是远古人类从自然庇护走向自主构建空间的一次文化飞跃。传说中有巢氏观察到猛兽出没、洪水泛滥，意识到地面穴居的脆弱，于是仿效鸟类在树上筑巢，使族人得以远离威胁，保存火种，从而摆脱对环境的完全依赖。正因如此，它被称为上古三皇之一，寓意着人类从混沌生活迈向有序世界的开端。虽然有巢氏的故事无法以历史事实考证，但其象征价值却极为深刻。首先，它呈现的是一种早期的技术意识。筑巢并非简单的模仿自然，而是基于观察与判断的系统改造。选择合适树木，设计结构稳定的支撑点，协调部落成员共同建设，这些都显示出技术与组织能力的萌芽。换言之，有巢氏所象征的是人类主动创造生活条件，而非简单适应环境的觉醒。其次，树上居所本身也带有社会意义。稳定安全的居住空间使群体可以聚集、分工、储存资源，进而形成更紧密的社会共同体。考古学界普遍认为，居住形态的改变往往与认知结构的进步密切相关。 当人类不再为栖身之所奔波，就有余力发展工具、语言、仪式与记忆。有巢氏的形象，某种程度上正体现了这一文明演化的逻辑。居所不仅提供物理庇护，更是文化形成的催化剂。从文化史角度看，有巢氏的故事还展现了一种中国式的文明叙事，即用带有象征意义的祖先原型来解释社会制度的起源。正如燧人氏象征取火，伏羲象征礼法与图腾，有巢氏则象征空间构建与秩序建立。这些传说彼此关联，共同构成了远古中国对文明从何而来的集体想象。在现代语境中，有巢常被用来比喻根基、归属感与安定的生活样态。它提醒我们，文明的建立不仅依靠抽象制度，也深深扎根于人类对居住的追求之中。从穴居到楼宇，从筑巢到城市，人类不断地在空间中塑造自我，而塑造空间的能力，也正是文明持久演进的核心动力。因此，即便有巢氏的真实存在无法确定，它所代表的文明意义却历久弥新。那是一种在不确定的世界中主动开辟生存方式的勇气，以及在荒野里搭建共同家园的最初愿望。这样的精神，至今仍在推动人类不断重新定义家的形态与文明的边界。
All right. Yeah, that's relatively easy to understand. All right, so if I want ChatGPT to discuss China from a Chinese perspective, I'll have to like prompt it more specifically.
有巢氏构木为巢的文明先驱。在远古蛮荒时代，华夏先民面临着野兽侵袭、风雨肆虐的生存危机，多藏身于山洞或丛林，生命安全毫无保障。正是有巢氏挺身而出，观察鸟兽筑巢栖息的习性，凭借超凡智慧开创了构木为巢的生存方式，为人类文明点亮了定居的曙光。相传有巢氏历经无数次尝试，选取坚韧的树木枝干，搭建起远离地面的巢居。这种原始建筑看似简陋，却暗藏生存智慧。高悬的结构可有效躲避虎狼等猛兽的袭击，枝叶编织的屋顶能抵御风雨侵袭，让先民首次拥有了安稳的居所。这一创举彻底改变了人类颠沛流离的生存状态，使先民从被动躲避自然威胁，转变为主动改造环境适应生存。有巢氏的巢居不仅解决了居住安全问题，更推动了人类文明的进阶。定居生活让狩猎采集的成果得以储存，促进了族群的聚集与协作，而巢居的搭建经验也为后世房屋建筑的发展奠定了基础，逐渐演化出更为复杂的居所形态。作为华夏远古文明的重要代表，有巢氏构木为巢的创举，彰显了先民顺应自然、改造环境的生存智慧。他以一己之力改善了人类的生存境遇，其勇于探索、为民造福的精神被后人世代传颂，成为华夏文明中适应自然、开拓创新的文化基因，深刻影响着后世对居住文明的追求与发展。
All right, that wasn't too hard as well. All right. So who else did we have? We had 4 people we want to look up, right? So we've done Yo Chao Shi. We've done who was the second one? Sui Sui Ren Shi. Sui Ren Shi. There was a Fuxi. Let's do Fuxi. Thanks. Let's do Fuxi. Yeah, this is good listening practice. I just have to sit there and listen. And the fact that I've got 2 sources, it's like re-listening. So sometimes people encourage you to listen twice to the same content, but the downside of that is you're not getting anything new. However, yeah, if I do this with ChatGPT and do it with Doubao, It's like there's some sort of, my mind wants to automatically compare them. And the same with the textbook and the sources I've got. See if they're all consistent with one another. So I'm finding this a reasonable way to practice listening, and both ChatGPT and Bowl's speaking speed is consistent with what I'm going to get on the HSK7. So I think this is a good exercise.
伏羲在中国
So I
文明
think
叙事中占据独特的位置。他既是上古时代的文化英雄，也是后世思想体系中的象征性原点。传统观念认为，伏羲仰观天象，俯察地理，从自然的规律中抽取秩序，从而奠定了礼制、图腾、婚姻、占卜等诸多制度的雏形。尽管这些记载带有强烈的神话色彩，但其中蕴含的思想框架却深刻影响了中国文化对文明起源的理解。首先，伏羲常被视为以观察理解世界的代表，他并非凭借神力创造制度，而是通过观察自然、体悟法则来建立规范。此种叙事隐含了一种认知理念：文明并非凌空而降，而是从对世界的细致感悟中生发。这一点在画八卦与制琴瑟等传说中体现尤为明显。观察、归纳、模仿、创造这些现代意义上的思维方式被投射到伏羲身上，构成了早期求知精神的文化象征。其次，伏羲与女娲常被并称，象征着族群的繁衍与社会关系的建立。尤其是有关婚姻制度的传说，反映了先民对学员禁忌与社会秩序的认知觉醒。从无序到有序，从群居到族群结构的形成，这一文化转折在伏羲的叙事中获得了形象化的呈现。换言之，伏羲不仅代表技术或知识的创新，也代表社会伦理的萌芽。再者，伏羲与卦象的联系，为后世提供了理解天地人关系的象征结构。易的深邃体系虽非伏羲一人所成，但将其起源追溯到伏羲，体现了传统文化中一种特有的思维方式，把抽象智慧寄托于文明始祖，让制度与知识具备道统意义。在这种叙事框架下，伏羲不仅是最初的观察者，更是天地秩序的启示者。从文化心理的角度看，伏羲形象之所以历久不衰，也是因为它代表了人类文明早期最关键的能力。在混沌中寻找规律，在未知中建立体系。在洪荒年代，能以符号、制度与乐音来构建世界的秩序感，是一项近乎跨时代的创造。无论其是否真实存在，这一象征都蕴含着对知识体系起源的深层思考。总体而言，伏羲的故事本质上是一部关于文明如何开始的寓言。它所代表的并非历史事实，而是文明理性的萌芽。以自然为师，以观察为镜，以符号为桥，以制度为基。正是这种持续追索规律、赋予世界与结构的意愿，构成了中国文化在数千年里不断延续的思想脉络。伏羲因此不仅是古老传说中的人物，更是关于理解与创造的永恒象征。
all right. So yeah, ChatGPT mentioned Nuwa Thorin, right? Breeder of humans. Yeah, it was hard to keep up here. So because there was a lot mentioned in lists and things like this, right? 观察、归纳、模仿、创造. Yeah, what's the relevance to Nuwa? So Fanyang usually, I don't know, maybe Fuxi is not really all that related to Nuwa. Nuwa is like created man. Yeah, all right. Let's go over here. Right. Oh, we're looking at the Bagua over here.
伏羲，华夏文明的人文始祖。 伏羲作为华夏文明的人文始祖，以超凡智慧开创诸多文明基业，其画八卦、创文字等壮举，为中华文明的起源与发展奠定了深厚根基，承载着远古先民认知自然、传承文化的初心。相传远古之时，天地混沌，先民对自然规律懵懂无知，常遭自然灾害侵袭。伏羲观天象，察地理，见日月交替、四季轮回，悟阴阳变化之理，遂以一为阳为阴，画出乾、坤、震、巽、坎、离、艮、兑八卦。这一伟大创造将复杂的自然现象归纳为简洁的符号体系，成为先民认识宇宙、预判吉凶的工具，蕴含着朴素的辩证法思想，深刻影响了中国传统哲学、历法等领域。为破解结绳记事的局限，伏羲模仿鸟兽足迹，创造出最初的文字符号，取代了繁琐不便的记事方式，使信息传递、文化传承更为高效。此外，他还教民结网捕鱼、驯养牲畜，推动生产方式从采集狩猎向原始农牧业转变，极大提升了先民的生存能力。倡导男女婚配礼制，规范族群秩序，促进了社会文明的进步。伏羲的诸多创举，不仅是对远古生产生活的革新，更凝聚着先民探索自然、改造世界的智慧。他所传承的文化基因，穿越千年时光，至今仍在滋养着中华文明。作为人文始祖，伏羲的精神始终激励着后人敬畏自然、勇于探索，成为华夏民族生生不息的文化根脉。
Why does it feel like there are multiple people who get ascribed like the ancestor of people or culture or whatever? All right. So that seemed all right, right? It wasn't too hard to hear and keep up with, and yeah, it's not like I memorized every word or could recite it back. All right, who was the next one? 皇帝蚩尤. What was the one before that? After Fuxi, there was someone else, wasn't there? Just a moment. Someone else ending in shi, right? All right, pause for a second. I'll find it. Yeah, the other one was 神农氏. 神农氏. Thanks. Let's do 神农氏 next. Let's see what we get. So this was like the father of agriculture or something in this ballpark. Mythological, blah blah blah. But all right. Oh, ChatGPT is doing a long one this time.
“神农氏在上古传说体系中常被描绘为以身试天下的文明奠基者。他并非以武力或统治著称，而是以医药、农耕与制度的开创之功，象征着人类从野性生存迈向稳定生产的关键阶段。关于他的记载往往带有神话色彩，但其背后的文化寓意却深刻影响了中国人对衣食医药从何而来的集体理解。首先，神农氏最具代表性的形象是日中为市，治天下之民，聚天下之祸，交易而退，各得其所。这一描述体现出一种极早期的交换观念，不是掠夺，也非强制，而是依靠约定俗成的秩序与信任来完成资源流通。它暗示了社会结构正在从原始的族群为单位，向更开放的交流机制过渡。物品交换背后是对于公平、等价与互信的朴素理解，也为后世市场的形成提供了象征性的起点。其次，神农氏尝百草、教人医疾的故事，则是对古代医药起源的形象化表达。传说中，他因尝草而日遇72毒。这种夸张的叙事所要强调的，并非个人的牺牲，而是知识必须通过反复试验才能建立的观念。在现代视角下，这种系统性的试错被视为科学精神的重要特质，以身体或经验为代价，换取对自然规律更深刻的认识。 神农氏因此象征着人类从被动接受疾病到主动探索疗法的重大转折。第三，他教民播种，分辨农时农具，被视为农业文明的起点。无论是以牧为序，还是根据季节安排播种，都体现出一种对
是
自然周期的理解。农业不仅改变了食物来源，更改变了社会组织结构。定居、储粮、分工与公共仪式几乎都在农业体系出现后逐渐形成。神农氏因此不仅是农艺之祖，也是社会形态由流动走向定居的文化象征。更深层的文化意义在于，神农氏被视为以实践推动文明发展的原型。在燧人氏取火、伏羲画卦的大叙事之中，他所承担的是让生活得以延续的角色。这个角色本身构成了中国文化里一种重要的价值观。文明的基础并非神迹，而是对日常生计的关注，对身体与土地的理解，对规律与秩序的追求。因此，神农氏的形象不必被视为单一历史人物，而更像是远古时代无数先民经验的凝聚。它代表了一种文明母题，在人与自然不断摩擦与对话的过程中，生活方式逐渐被改造，知识体系逐渐成型，而人类也在食物、药物、制度的三重线索中学会与世界共存。这样的象征意义使神农氏成为中国文化中最具温度也最具根基感的文明始祖之一。
that was all right. Not sure what else to say about that. Let's see what Bilbao came up with. Oh, it's very short this time. Shrunk from the start.
神农氏，播撒文明的华夏先农。神农氏作为华夏文明的农业与医药始祖，以尝百草教耕种的壮举，为远古先民劈开生存迷雾，奠定了华夏农耕文明与医药文化的根基。其为民奉献的担当精神世代相传。远古之时，先民依赖采集狩猎为生，食物匮乏且常误食毒草。神农氏心怀生宁，遍走山川，亲尝百草滋味，辨别药性功效。虽多次中毒险些丧命，仍坚持记录草木特性，总结出五谷可食、百草可医的经验。他将野生谷物培育为农作物，教民开垦土地、播种耕耘，让先民告别饥馑，迈入农耕文明时代。又根据尝草经验，开创医药先河，为百姓解除病痛之苦。神农氏的创举彻底改变了先民的生存方式，农耕的发展促进了定居生活与社会分工，医药的萌芽守护了族群健康。他以自身安危换取万民福祉的担当，以及探索自然、造福苍生的精神，成为华夏民族的文化符号，深刻影响着后世农业发展与医药传承，是中华文明绵延不绝的重要精神根脉。
All right. Yeah, I think Dolbal's one was much better, much more succinct. So 尝百草，要耕种. So let's Google this. So one thing I'm lacking is 农尝百草，一日而遇70度. ChatGPT mentioned that. here 72度. So what's the actual quote here? So 72度. Where is 72度? I'm getting tired. Where was it? 72. Where it is? 72伏地. What? Yeah. Yeah, here. All right. So is that the quote that was at the start? ChatGPT gave a really long quote. Oh, there's another one here. 日中为市，治天下之民，居天下之后，交易而退，各得其所。I have no idea what that means. Anyway, thanks. Can you do the same with 神农尝百草，日遇72毒，得茶而解之。得茶而解。So it's a saying. So maybe this is a good one to remember. A bit long. Whoa, ChatGPT. All right, 尝百草. Give it a second.
神农尝百草，日遇72毒，得茶而解之。这则传说是上古神话中最具象征力量的篇章之一。它并非单纯描绘一位鲜明的奇遇，而是以高度凝练的叙事呈现了医药知识的起源逻辑，以经验为途径，以风险为代价，以自然为导师。其核心并不在于神迹，而在于探索的精神。首先，尝百草本身就是一种极具象征性的行为。百草代表未知的自然世界，也代表尚未被理解的药性与毒性。神农氏以身体作为试验工具，意味着在科学技术尚未形成的年代，人类只能依靠最原始的方式来建立知识体系。每一次试毒都是一次无法预知后果的冒险，每一次记录作用与反应，都是一步步将经验从个人转化为群体智慧。这样的叙事强调的不是神力，而是一种积累知识的方式，在反复试错中摸索规律。其次，日遇72毒并非强调危险的数量，而是凸显探索的艰难与反复性。72象征多而繁复，暗示自然界中的药性变化万端，远非简单的可食与不可食之分。毒与药往往只有剂量之别，配伍之差，时节之异。神农氏在风险之中坚持试验，正体现了医药知识建立过程的漫长与复杂，也暗含凡药皆毒的朴素认知。对身体有用的东西也可能带来危险。理解这些细微差异，是促成医疗体系形成的关键一步。至于得茶而解之，则将茶的文化意义提升到象征层面。茶在历史上确实具有提神、解腻、助消化等功效，而传说借神农氏之口将其描绘为解毒之物，实际上是在强调一个概念：在自然中存在能够平衡、调节乃至化解毒性的力量。茶由此不只是饮品，更是贯穿生活、医学与宗教意涵的植物象征，代表着人与自然之间一种微妙而和谐的关系。长期以来，中国文化将茶视为清明、纯净、调和之物，也与这一传说的象征意义密切相连。从更广的文化角度看，这则传说表达了对知识来源的一种理解。真正的知识不是自天而降，而是通过不断的试验、观察、记录与反思形成。神农氏的形象因此成为以身求真的预言化身。他的试毒象征着知识的代价，他的发现象征着文明的积累。茶的出现则象征探索过程中爱护生命、追求平衡的价值取向。归根结底，神农尝百草，日遇72毒，得茶而解之，展现的是人类在面对未知世界时的勇气与韧性。它告诉我们，文明的建立不只靠工具与制度，更靠无数次试验后的经验沉淀。正因如此，这则传说跨越千年，仍能引发共鸣。它象征着探索的痛苦，也象征着发现的喜悦，更象征着人类在自然深处不断寻找自救之道的永恒努力。
Yeah, that was all right. So we just got the different ideas of kind of like scientific discovery almost. Yeah, like, but also like it's a long, laborious procedure. and that sometimes you have to make sacrifices. And what was this? The third part. 由茶而节之，传说借邪毒之物。Oh, okay. So the cha represents the result. Okay, so you need to try 1,000 grasses. So okay, literally it means not 1,000, 100. Literally it means eat 100 different types of grass, basically. But what it's representing is you have unknowns, such as these unknown types of grass. You give it a try, and maybe you get sick, and maybe you don't, and like you will find out by trying. And you get poisoned, and you don't get poisoned. Yeah, ChatGPT talked about the dosage here. Helium. So where was it? So if you have too much of the grass, you'll get sick, and if not, you won't. Or maybe it'll help you cure something even in the right dose. So yeah, so you're going through a lot of trials of getting poisoned in the hopes of finding one you can use for tea. But the tea here is metaphorical. It's not tea. Tea represents kind of the end game. You go through all these grasses, and you eventually find something that is tea. Or more generally, you go through trial and testing, and you find one that you can use, and it's useful, and it's forever useful afterwards. All right. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe I can use this saying. Let's see what Bao gives us. How are we going for time? I'm quite tired, I can tell you.
神农尝百草，得茶而解，先民的探索与茶之起源。神农尝百草，日遇72毒，得茶而解之。这则流传千古的传说，既是华夏医药文明的雏形写照，更是先民以生命探索自然的精神丰碑，为茶的起源赋予了厚重的文化底蕴。远古之时，疾病与饥饿是先民生存的最大威胁。神农氏为救万民于水火，踏遍山川旷野，每日清尝草木，辨别可食之谷、可医之药。相传他一日之内遭遇72种毒物，腹痛如绞，生命垂危之际，无意间摘得身边茶树的鲜叶咀嚼，汁液入喉后，竟觉毒气渐消，神志清明。这便是茶最初的药用价值被发现的开端。这一偶然的发现，实则蕴含着必然的文明进阶。神农氏舍身试毒的勇气，源于对生民的赤诚，而茶能解毒的特性，恰是自然对先民探索精神的馈赠。这则传说不仅让茶成为华夏文明中疗愈与智慧的象征，更推动了医药学与植物学的萌芽，彰显了先民敬畏自然、敢为人先的品格。如今，茶已从药用走向日常，但其背后承载的探索精神与人文关怀，始终是华夏文化的重要基因，激励着后人在未知领域不断前行。
All right. So basically the same idea. Bao is a bit more succinct. Jian is figurative, right? Yeah. All right, that's just a bit motivational there at the end. All right. Let's not get lazy. Oh, I can't do them all though. 皇帝、炎帝、蚩尤. No, let's not get lazy. Okay, okay, thanks. Let's do 皇帝、炎帝、蚩尤. Next. Oh, I'm gonna fall asleep. Need more coffee. All right. And oh, branching new chat. I didn't realize that was there. Is that a new feature?
黄帝、炎帝与蚩尤的故事，是上古史传与神话叙事交织而成的宏大象征体系。他们并非单纯记录某一场战争或某一位领袖的功业，而是以族群起源、文明分化、秩序建立为主线，构成了早期中国对自身文化源流的集体记忆框架。炎帝通常被视为农耕文明的象征，其形象与土地、谷物、节气密切相连，代表着以耕种维持生计的生活方式。它所象征的世界是依赖自然周期、重视生长与收获的文化母体。而皇帝则常被赋予制度、工具、科技与理智的创造者身份，象征社会组织能力的提升与文明结构的形成。从某种意义上说，炎帝是大地之治，皇帝是秩序之治，二者合流构成了关于华夏文明起点的双重意象。然而，神话体系若只有和谐，就无法形成叙事的张力。蚩尤便在这种结构中扮演混沌力量的角色，它与金属、战争、强悍的族群联系在一起，象征着早期部落竞争中难以驯服的武力与资源争夺。在传说中，蚩尤以物乱天，制造迷雾，扰乱秩序。其象征意义在于，在文明初期，社会面临的并非单一的发展路线，而是在多种竞争力量中寻求稳固的秩序。黄帝与炎帝的联盟击败蚩尤，往往被解读为文明战胜野性、秩序战胜混乱的象征时刻。然而，值得注意的是，神话从未将蚩尤纯粹贬为恶，他的强悍、勇武、技艺依然在后世文化记忆中被尊敬，甚至与冶炼、兵器等技术有关联。这种处理方式折射出中国文化一贯的价值观：冲突不是为了消灭对方，而是为了整合力量，构建更稳定的共同体。最终，炎帝、黄帝与蚩尤都在不同侧面丰富了华夏起源的多元性。从文化叙事的角度看，这三者构成了一个古老却深具现代意味的结构：农业的基础、制度的框架、力量的张力。在任何文明的诞生过程中，资源生产、社会组织与武力竞争都是不可迭代的要素。上古神话将这些复杂因素以三位祖灵的形象加以隐喻，使后世能够以故事的形式理解文明早期的动力机制。因此，黄帝、炎帝与蚩尤的叙事不仅是民族起源的象征，也是关于文明如何诞生、力量如何整合、秩序如何建立的思想预言。他们所代表的并非某一支血统，而是文明的三种基本力量：生计、组织与竞争。正是这些力量在冲突、合作与融合中反复交织，才形成了后世所称的华夏文明的深层结构。
We didn't talk about all the wars. The book talked about the battles and them fighting each other. Let's see what we get here. 版权之战. Gonna get it.
炎黄蚩尤，涿鹿风云与华夏一体之源。在华夏文明多元一体的起源叙事中，黄帝、炎帝与蚩尤的博弈与融合，以涿鹿之战为核心，谱写了远古时代族群交融的壮阔篇章。三位部落联盟首领的特质与交锋，不仅重塑了远古政治格局，更奠定了华夏民族的文化根基，成为文明绵延的精神纽带。炎帝部落率先崛起于渭水流域，以农耕与医药为常，教民耕种，常百草疗疾，是华夏农耕文明的重要开拓者。黄帝部落则以游牧与军事见长，崇尚革新，发明舟车、历法，凝聚部落力量，逐渐成为黄河流域的强势族群。而蚩尤率领的九黎部落居于东方，擅长冶金与兵器制造，部落勇猛善战，势力一度盛极。随着三大部落扩张，资源争夺加剧，炎帝与蚩尤先有版权之战。炎帝失利后与黄帝结盟，共同对抗蚩尤，涿鹿之战由此爆发。涿鹿谷战场之上，蚩尤部落凭借精良兵器屡占上风，黄帝则以智谋应对，借天时地利布下阵法，最终击败九黎部落。 这场决战并非简单的胜负之争，更开启了族群深度融合的进程。黄帝吸纳炎帝部落的农耕技术与医药智慧，融合九黎部落的冶金工艺与文化元素，形成了更为多元的文明体系。蚩尤虽败，其部落部分融入炎黄联盟，部分南迁发展，其开拓精神与工艺智慧仍被后世传承。三位首领的互动深刻诠释了华夏文明的融合特质：炎帝的仁爱务实，黄帝的雄才大略，蚩尤的勇猛开拓，共同汇入文明长河。涿鹿之战后，炎黄联盟成为华夏主体，炎黄子孙的称谓自此流传，而蚩尤作为远古英雄，亦被后世尊为兵主。这场族群博弈打破了部落隔阂，推动了生产技术、文化习俗的交融互鉴，印证了华夏文明多元一体的起源逻辑。正是不同族群的碰撞与共生，才造就了中华文明兼容并蓄、生生不息的独特品格，为后世民族融合与文明发展奠定了坚实基础。
So this seems more consistent with the book, right? I don't know, just the writing style and the things that were mentioned seem more relevant for what we encountered in the book. Okay, and I think that's mostly all we need to know, right? So this Banquan Jijan, and the kind of symbolism. How did Chiol become the god of war when Chiol was defeated, though? Maybe it was mentioned, but it's too quick for me. Anyway, let's continue. So thanks. Let's do Yao Shun next. Better keep going, but I'm gonna fall asleep soon enough. It's not even late, I'm just tired and I need a nap. Oh, I have to go downstairs and pick up a package. Yeah, alright. What's... Oh, I see. Alright. Oh, what happened? 尧舜之治。
尧舜之治在中国古代叙事中常被视为德政理想的最高范式，其核心并不在于奇迹般的治理手段，而在于以人格力量推动社会秩序的更新。从史传角度看，这两位领袖处于部落向国家过渡的关键阶段；从文化象征看，他们共同构筑了一个关于以德立权、以让成位的政治想象。尧的形象首先体现为能者居上的开放精神，他并未将权位视为个人私产，而是通过访贤、问政敌楼、势能的方式，寻找能够继承天下的人。这种模式背后是对权力本质的一种理解：治理是责任，而非特权。唯有具备道德判断与实践能力的人，才能稳定社群的生活。尧治理时期多以治水、条例、分职为重点，象征着早期社会从自然威胁与内部纷争中逐渐走向有序。舜的出现则使这一政治模式呈现出更深层的伦理意味。舜的家庭关系充满冲突，父不慈，弟不友，但他仍以宽和、仁恕维持家族的稳定。这一设定并非强调个人忍让，而是通过家庭微观结构象征他处理社会矛盾的能力。在政治叙事中，舜被尧任用，事以多职，最终因其能化万民而继任天下。这种事而后受的结构体现了上古政治理想对公正与透明的强调，权位必须通过实践验证，而非依血统传承。尧舜禅让最重要的文化意义是建立了一种超越血缘的政治合法性，领袖的权威来源于德行与能力，而非出生。这也解释了为何他们在后世被称为圣王。他们的伟大不在神性，而在制度与观念的开创性。禅让制度本身并未真正延续到历史时代，但其象征影响极为深远。它成为后世政治思想中反思权力、追求理想秩序的基点。从社会结构的角度看，尧舜叙事反映的是早期文明对共治与协作的想象。 尧设官分职，舜继位后巡守四方，强调的是共治天下，而非一人独断。这种治理逻辑在后世发展为对公和礼的重视，成为中国政治文化的核心价值。可以说，尧舜所象征的不是具体的统治时代，而是一种理想化的政治伦理模型。权力必须服务于公共利益，治理必须以德行为基调，社会必须在多种力量的协调中保持稳定。因此，尧舜之治的价值不在其历史真实性，而在其思想象征。它提供了一个理解古人政治理想的窗口，在权力、伦理与社会组织之间如何寻求最合理的平衡，在个人德行与公共责任之间如何构建稳定的共同体。正因如此，尧和舜的形象跨越千年仍被引用。他们不仅代表上古的圣王，更代表一种永恒的追问：何为良政？何为共治？何为文明之本？
All right. Yeah, that's fine, really. I don't know. So the main kind of idea was this transfer of power, not just like a peaceful transfer of power, but an educated transfer of power. You choose your successor based on their like good quality rather than they happen to be related to. Yeah, so obviously this did not happen in Chinese history until very recently, in fact. So, like, the fact that dynasties exist implies that, yeah, it very much was based on um, based on like family relations rather than based on merit. Oh, what's going on? Oh, nothing.
尧舜德治天下与禅让典范。尧舜作为华夏远古的贤君典范，以禅让传贤的壮举与德治天下的理念，为中华文明注入了仁政基因。其治国智慧与高尚品格跨越千年，仍是后世为政者的精神标杆。相传尧帝在位时，勤政爱民，广纳贤才，设诽谤目，倾听民意，推立法，以利农耕，使部落联盟呈现安居乐业的景象。他深知儿子丹朱不孝，不以私利传位，而是遍访天下贤能，最终选定贤德的舜作为继承人。舜耕历山时，以孝悌闻名，待人谦和，处事公正。尧帝通过多年考察，确认其能担大任，遂禅位于舜，开创了公天下的禅让制度。舜帝继位后，延续德治理念，任贤使能，命禹治理洪水，弃掌管教化，高陶负责刑狱，构建起有序的治理体系。他以身作则，倡导孝悌忠信，教化万民，使社会风气淳朴向善。面对洪水泛滥的困境，全力支持禹治水，历经13年终获成功，解除了百姓的生存危机。尧舜禅让制彰显了天下为公的政治胸怀，其德治理念奠定了中国传统政治文化的核心底色。他们不恋权位、唯贤是举的风范，以及勤政爱民、务实有为的治国实践，成为后世明君的理想范本，深刻影响了中国数千年的政治伦理与价值追求，是华夏文明绵延不绝的重要精神滋养。
That was good. Neither of them mentioned the assassination attempts, right? Remember he was Shun. Shun was twice faced these relatives like trying to murder him. That was mentioned in the book. All right, so we're up to Dayu Jishui. And that'll come next, but I'm going to call it a video. I'm quite tired. I very much doubt anyone watched that whole thing, but yeah, I'm definitely going to need to mix in more listening into my study. And if I'm making YouTube videos of my study, then it makes sense to do it with AI because I don't have to worry about copyright. I can't just watch YouTube videos on YouTube. Some people do that, but it's copyrightly dubious. Yes, copyrightly is a word. Don't argue. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm going to have a nap or something in that ballpark. Remember to like, subscribe, and I think I will continue this kind of study method going like deep dive into history because it's, yeah, it does seem worth it. I don't know. It's more just get good at a subject and so on. The sun is peeking through a crack in the window and shining on my face. This is not some kind of, I don't know, techno video or something. Anyway, I'm really tired. I'm going to have a nap. TTFN!